Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. This is another live stream with the Roxanne for Life Network as we bring you NXT RoadBlock tonight on this terrific Tuesday. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. You're starting your week off on a phenomenal note and you're ready to join us for all the reaction to all the action tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Stack card. Should be a good Tuesday. So grab your snacks, grab your feel good, get in that chat, say hello, and put a smile on your face. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We're live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Roxanne for Life Network. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Tuesday. We're looking forward to NXT RoadBlock tonight. A little bit of special edition. We got lots of matches to get into, lots to talk about, plus lots going on in the wrestling world, as always, coming off the heels of Revolution Raw and leading into this evening. But, folks, make sure you get in that chat, say hello, hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. Be a part of the family, but for the next couple hours, you're stuck with Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and Mr. Big News.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and sir, do we think that Trick Williams could come back tonight?
100%. I think we're going to whoop that Trick tonight. I think he's going to come in like a ball of fire and take out a lot of rage on one Carmelo Hayes, which means sets up Tony D against Ilya, which is a new contender, which I think you're going to be okay with.
And just a little bit with the pies on, but I mean, still, after you've seen Ilya doing all that training, and I don't want to fuck with that man, and he goes like waist high to me.
Ilya is one of the most intense human beings in all of pro wrestling. You can't deny it. Everything he does, he sells his ass off. He everything's passionate. Everything's fire with this guy. And I think he's got a bright, long career ahead of him. His training regimen clearly not effing around, if you know what I mean.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this. I fully expect Trick to come back. I think we're going to get Trick and Carmelo into Stand and Deliver. And I think that's going to be a little bit of the farewell for both, if not at least one of them. Tony D, I mean, he's kind of floated around a little bit. He was on a hot run, got injured, came back. And now this is a really nice chance for him to establish himself, show people what he's made of. Him taking on Ilya, a very interesting dynamic. Plus, we're getting an Asylum match between your boy Dijak and Joe Gacy.
The Arkham Asylum match.
Right. Plus, we got the Kabuki Warriors down in NXT tonight to take on the women's champion. I almost forgot her name because we always call her Bird Lady. But yeah, Lyra, Valkyria, and Tatum Paxley. So that shall be interesting as well. Plus, I do believe we have a tag title match between the Wolf Dogs and who the hell are they fighting? Who?
Chase U.
Oh, yeah, Chase U's back there. Almost completely blanked on Chase.
You also have the chairman making his return to NXT there, Sean Spears. And I think it was the first comment on the stream. Shout out, because I thought of it when we were talking about him when he came back. I just kicked Stan. What a full circle this has become. Because I guess even to keep it a surprise, Sean stood in for Spears in that whole like initial run-throughs and everything.
Yes. No, and I like the fact that they're doing that more and more nowadays. Like they're really doing a good job of either, putting out little leaks that don't turn out to be true or trying to get people off the scent and then taking efforts to avoid the internet chaos, the internet spoilers. I appreciate it. And again, I'm looking forward to Sean Spears. I know some of the haters out there don't see the value in what's happening here, but I think Sean Spears, returning to wrestling is great. I'm a fan. Good old Canadian boy. Seeing him in NXT, I think, is nothing but great. Sean potentially could make his way back to the main roster, but at least for now, to spend time with some of the younger talents, be a vet, I got no problem with this. This guy runs a wrestling school. He's going to help these kids.
Oh, absolutely. And he would be a guy that, like you were kind of alluding to, I feel there, he's got a wrestling school. He could probably easily, if you wanted to, transition to working backstage on NXT and everything as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, again, some veteran experience definitely helps We also saw, I mean, again, this is Asylum match. We've seen the ongoing saga that is Dijak and the Joker. I mean, Gacy.
I'm still saying if you splice that up and just put it back together, it's like McBain. It just makes its own little mini movie.
Right. There you go. So they've had fun with that. Oh, also, we were teased with Soul Ruka. I know some people were like, are you sure? But I mean, the beach girl, it kind of fits. I'd be shocked if it wasn't Soul.
Soak up the sun.
So I think at minimum, like I'm not jumping out of my chair like, oh my God, Soul Ruka. But I am curious to see what this girl brings to the table. She's a tall drink of water. She has a good look. She has a good style. We will see what she brings to the table if she can consistently get in there. So, yeah, I mean, a lot to unpackage for a Tuesday night in March.
Yeah, well, there's no pay-per-views. Again, I saw somebody say it in the chat. Don't worry, we'll get you in a quick second here.
We're coming.
About how there's no pay-per-views between Chamber and WrestleMania, which I like just on its own. But now we've got these shows like NXT. It's going to be just a 2-hour show on Tuesday, but it's got a pay-per-view feel to it.
Yeah, stack it up, make it feel a little more important, to kind of break up that monotony. And you and I have talked about NXT being a little bit inconsistent over the last little bit. So to get to a point now where tonight has a night to show up and show out, lots of good matches on the card. Hopefully it's a fun night. They can focus on the in-ring and really deliver and not worry so much about some of the backstage silliness and childishness. And again, a lot of intrigue. Like Chase U, I didn't expect to be number one contenders. We'll see what that means tonight. I know we're going to get a good match because Chase U can go, but I don't see them winning, so we'll see.
Well, it's going to be interesting because you already have Braun Breaker on the main roster. Does Baron Corbin follow him up there? Is this the split of the Wolf Dogs? Does the pack fall apart just as fast as it formed or anything like that?
Yeah, we will find out here. Folks, we are just in the pre-show. We are approximately 6.5 minutes away from the start of the show tonight. So make sure you get in that chat, hit like, hit subscribe. We are the wrestling channel that just watches more live wrestling than anyone else out there. We're back tomorrow for Dynamite. Thursday, we got Impact, of course. Friday is a triple header with TNA Sacrifice, and as well as SmackDown and AEW Rampage. Of course, there's more Collision coming your way as well. So busy week ahead, busy month ahead, so much to get into. So make sure you're being a part of it. Be a friend, tell a friend. And let's say hello to the people as Joe Shipley, the first guy in the chat tonight. You mentioned that. I thought that was
right.
Really cool. I just kicked Stan. Dakota saying WWE NXT. That's correct, Dakota. Welcome. Damien, looking forward to stuff as always. Juan, good to see you. Ronnie, welcome back. Give us a like. Everyone else should give us a like if you're watching right now. Click that button. Be a part of the family. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
We just passed 4K subscribers, by the way.
It is. We hit another milestone. We're heading towards others. Yeah, I know people are looking over their shoulders because the Wrestling for Life Network is coming. Pause. Sucks. There's no pay-per-views before, but there never is. You need that. You need that run. Like for all the people who are like, we haven't got Hall of Fame inductees yet. We haven't got this yet. Now this is the ramp up. Like I know that I think Chamber went a little bit earlier this year because they were in Australia. You had to, kind of adjust. Right. But now they got this is the runway into Mania. Every show. That's why we get 3 weeks in a row of Rock. That's why things are ramping up. That's why we're seeing what we're seeing even on NXT, because this is how we do. Like, what pay-per-view would you put in that 6-week period? I wouldn't recommend it. Let's save it all for Mania.
Absolutely. It's nothing but build up. You've got, like you said, a long runway now. This is why every show is pretty much sold out. Every show feels like a huge event, whether it be Monday or Friday. And pay-per-views are normally used to finalize a story or anything like that. What would we want that's finalized before we get to Mania right now? We're supposed to be building to Mania.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, and I mean, Elimination Chamber had a bit of that vibe to it, if we're being honest, where it's like, yeah, we're going to get some stuff, like Becky's going to win the Chamber, but most of this is just holdover. And like, we didn't have any big main event. Cody wasn't in action. Seth wasn't in action. No Rock, no Roman. Everything's kind of held back for the big show, right? So if we had another pay-per-view now, it would probably have the same feel to it.
Yeah, what big match could you put on a pay-per-view right now? Would you do the tag match on a pay-per-view what, a couple weeks outside of Mania? Heaven forbid something happen.
Facts, also true, also true. So Juan just mentioning, we talked about this before we went live, Ryback and his toxic ass clout. Ryback's such a waste. I almost hate bringing him up on this channel. And if you've watched this channel for more than a second, you know that Nick and I do not support this guy. I've gone on multiple rants about how putrid of a human being Ryback is. Now he's taking a shot at Paul Heyman. Again, it's just like this jealousy, this how do I stay relevant? And again, with a guy like Ryback, you know, a guy like Paul Heyman has more talent in his big toe than Ryback ever had. And Ryback couldn't cut a promo. Ryback's a joke. Ryback's embarraing. I hope someone snips this and sends it to Ryback because he keeps, well, he blocked you, so you can't.
I was gonna say, I'm blocked, so I can't see none of his shit.
But yeah, no, Ryback's a mess. And again, if this guy wants to man up and get in the ring somewhere, take an indie booking. You're such a high demand talent. You want people to know, well, what should my next move in wrestling be? I know we want you to retire.
And then retire again.
Yeah, if you're so good, take a booking. Show up somewhere. Show us that you can wrestle. Oh, that's right, you can't. So shut the fuck up. Go away. We don't need you. We don't want you. And every time something good happens for somebody, this turtle-looking motherfucker shows up to shit on it. And again, I hate bringing him up on this channel because he's disgusting. He is absolutely disgusting.
You remember that Treehouse of Horror episode where they had the neon signs and everything that come to life and everything?
Yeah.
And Paul Anka's guarantee, just don't look. Just don't look. Just stop giving this man what he wants. This is just him trying to stay relevant, because that's the thing. No one would have been talking about Ryback unless he went and just said something so idiotic. Just stop giving this man attention and he will go the fuck away. He is a troll, just a very large, muscular one that may or may not be on more gear than fucking, a Russian fucking hockey team. But
well, fuck. And again, in his prime, I didn't think he was a good wrestler. I used to sit around while Ryback was trying to do his thing and be like, this guy fucking sucks. This whole feed him more, with somebody feed him some cyanide. Like, I don't understand this guy's problem. Yeah, fuck him. I don't care. But good to see you, Kevin. Welcome back, Damien. I'm predicting Trick Williams. So a lot of people thinking that Trick Williams is going to show up tonight. Versus Ricky Williams. What?
In a smoke off. What?
Right. Good old former Argo. Breaking news. Sammy, this is an interesting story. We might have to circle back to this one because we got about 1 minute to show.
Yeah, this is a commercial discussion.
Yeah, so Damien, if we forget about it, make sure you bring it back up. But Haseen Roberts here. Damien will be back he will be back in 90 days. Yeah, we'll talk about it for sure. That topic is very intriguing to me. Rocco, Andy, good to see you. Good to see you. Paul, welcome back. LOL Nick. Great.
I don't know.
Just making people laugh during the intro.
It happens.
Let's go. Scott, good to see you as well. Curtis back in the house. What's up, Cool Gamer? I'm going to run out of time here, but Chambers, good to see you. Folks, remember, we have the super chat, super stickers. That is your way to guarantee we click on your chat message. We try and get to all of them, but as this channel grows, we're going to need you guys to click that super chat, super sticker to make sure you get seen and heard around here. But I got the Hogan Slam. So then
I still haven't even gotten my good old pal Richard Wolf here. So
no Richard Wolf yet. So I'll keep saying hello.
No, I just got him. I just got the Wolf Man.
All right. You let me know when you get it then.
Okay.
Not a bad shout, Steve Chambers. Dale, good to see you. Richard, good to see you. I think
I have
said that. There we go. There we go. So for those watching at home, we are then now, and we're going to be forever. So good to see you, KJ and Nick. Got the best intro hip hop beat sound, just like Fort Minor. Remember the name, Andy. We appreciate that, man. I love it. I like it. I still bob to our intro. Maybe that's self-indulgent.
You're just gonna start cutting a rap over it. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% power of will. As I've got Lexus King.
Lexus King.
Why wouldn't you have this man driving a fucking Lexus? It's his name,
right? And I know he owns one.
Right. Well, I'm hoping he owns this fine vehicle here. So we've got Lexus King as your kind of hip hop and hype man here for the show tonight.
Yeah. And they're legitimately giving this a mini pay-per-view feel. Special intro, setting it up nicely.
They've done it. There was a one that they did recently. It was either like Vengeance Day, or I know they've done a few times now, to where they'll almost work in the takeovers, like when Dynamite used to do the Quake at the Lakes and how we might get with big business and everything.
Facts. It's funny because Tony really stepped away from that for quite a while, and then now we're back with big business. Which I don't know if you noticed, he had a big pay-per-view. What
is it with wrestlers having car names? We got Mercedes, we got Lexus. Where's the Chrysler? Where's the Cadillac?
Where's Winnebago? I want Winnebago. What's up, King Jordan? How you doing, Eric? I love the Dom and Pat Twitter feud. Is that happening? I was busy today. Did that take place?
Yeah, well, I'm surprised I didn't catch this because we had to all go to Twitter at one point here, I feel. Yeah, so there was no other social media. So
right, the meta meltdown of 24. Blame the solar eclipse. AEW fan for life. Hey, that's awesome, Robert. We probably will be here watching AEW for life. So no hate there. I don't hate your fandom. I just want the company to do better.
Right. Can I cut the line?
Right.
Well, see, money's saying Jericho was Winnebago.
Jeribago.
Honking in my mind. John, what up? Eric, what up? Easy Bake, what up? James, what up? TJ, Greg's Pro Wrestling. See, yeah, we just got a lot of people. We just got to have roll call here beforehand.
I like it.
Sign the book. Did you sign the book, folks?
Yeah, if you're watching right now, get in there. Say hello.
Right. Big bloating old tank that can barely stay on its axle.
You start calling Jericho Volkswagen at that point. The minibus. Let's go. Super good game. But yeah, Roadblock is kicking off, ladies and gentlemen. See,
wait.
Oh, we're opening with the Asylum.
It's the Asylum. I'm like, where was the fucking cage match added here?
There's a
street jacket or a straight jacket suspended.
Yeah, someone asked what is an Asylum match last night, and I said I think it's just, throw them in a room and give them a bunch of toys. So they're throwing them in a cage and giving them a bunch of toys.
Tables and ladders and chairs. Oh my.
What's up, AJ? How you doing? I have straight indica hybrid 15.9%, bro. Give me a shout out. I'll hook you up with double that.
I was gonna say we need the Joey Diaz, the stars of death there.
Y'all need some Canadian drip. We pushing 34, 35.
I mean, hey, some places around here don't even still have it legalized.
Yeah.
So right, yeah. So let's wait until we can actually accomplish that first before we start really elevating this shit.
I like this from Curtis.
Booker T is Buick 225, Buick Deuce and a quarter. There we go. So I've got that Dijackinator coming out right now.
Right.
I've been watching so much shit recently just on the Terminator movies for not even just by happenstance, by coincidence. So yeah. Keyshawn, they book the women better in NXT. They booked them very well. I don't know what we're comparing them to, so I don't want to fully agree, but yes.
Right. I see Unbroken asking about Ryan Garcia. We're probably not going to get into too far to that. If you don't know the Ryan Garcia story, it's interesting. I haven't fully unpackaged it yet, but some weird accusations coming out of his camp. So yeah, go check that out. And I'm not that I'm a big follower. I just saw it clicking on one of the social medias today.
Oh, I'm like, I have no idea. And now that she said it's boxing, I'm less interested.
Here comes Joe Gacy as we go upside down to fuck with my vitamins.
Well, I was gonna say, worst entrance to watch when you're on vitamins: Axiom's or Joe Gacy's?
Axiom. Oh, Joe's close. I slight edge to Axiom because I think I can comprehend. Okay, we're upside down. Axiom, my brain goes, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, but this has like a warble to it and everything too, like that Funhouse mirror shit. So I'm like, you get a little tinge of like motion sickness. I feel
a little bit. You're fair.
And seasickness. Never mind. I was gonna make a joke, but never mind.
What's up, pal? How you doing? Does WWE need a new opening signature? Maybe. New company, new vibe. Maybe.
Yes, but has that one just become
Synonymous?
so iconic?
Yeah. It's kind of like our intro. What do you do, right?
Yeah. How would you feel if we just showed up randomly one day with a new intro? You'd be like, who the fuck are these guys?
Right. We're still getting compliments after 2 years. We got to keep it, right?
I've told you it's the standard now. As Gacy, I think he just fire extinguished himself almost there.
Yeah, a little bit, but we're off and running, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, we take a prediction on every single match, and we take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night, so stick around to the very end. Who are you taking in this one, Nick? I'm assuming Dijak?
I feel like I kind of have to, so I'm pigeonholed into a corner by my gimmick, so yeah, I'm taking the Dijak and Ava.
Okay, there's a box that says do not open. What the fudge?
Have you never seen the Roadrunner? Wile E. Coyote? I know they canceled the movie, but fuck you, I'd at least have seen the cartoons.
Death Valley Driver. What's in the box? What's in the box?
This is the same guy that had the little the pop-out boxing glove that you didn't like.
That's what I was expecting. Is it like a Jack in the Box that like with knives? Like
it's a Dijak in a box.
Dijak in the box.
Right.
Can I get a Yumbo Yak?
I got a Yumbo Yak.
Dijak. Got Dijak for the win. I'm going to take Gacy. The only way Gacy's taken L's already. I think Gacy needs to win some matches if he's going to continue being the crazy dude. He's got to win something.
Just change the word crazy with like authoritative cop dude, and you've got the same thing though with Dijak.
Yeah, facts. You're not wrong. Dijak into the cage.
The Lenonators and Yo from Scotland. Hey,
yes, my people.
Rose in different area code.
Yo, can you go to my grandmother's house and get me some toddy scones?
Oh, what now?
It's Scottish breakfast. It's one of my favorite things in this world. Terrible for you, but delicious as food.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Right.
But yes, no. Now we got international. We need like a map and just start putting kids up.
Them, yeah.
Paul, no, don't use that. Don't do that.
No, pause.
Right.
What's in the box? What's in the box? We're about to find out as the box gets a cheer. Pause.
Bro, I'm telling you, this is going to be some goofy shit.
Oh,
literally. So it's the fucking Acme Wile E. Coyote shit. He slides the top of the box off. Boxing glove, like a mouse trap, right into the huevos. And then Gacy just hits him with the fire extinguisher.
Oh, dude, hook me up with some Iron Brew. Let's go. Let's go. We can actually get it in Canada, which is the cool thing. So, sorry, I'm on a side tangent here with our new buddy.
Let him have a private conversation. I'll talk to the rest of the people that have no idea what you're going on about. I know it's an alcohol.
No, it's soda. It's a pop.
What? I always thought it was an alcohol.
No, Iron Brew is just a orange soda, and it tastes like nothing else on the planet.
Like Crush? Like
yeah, I don't know how to explain it. KJ and Nick, time to set this off like a little boozy. Let's go. I'm a little boozy.
I'm white man now.
There we go. Low blow. Sorry, go.
Robo. An Acme box in 2024. Yes, absolutely. Like I said, we're out here watching fucking Benny Hill.
It's so funny because you were like, oh, remember, they got the there it is. Don't open.
Literally. Same thing. Jackie Ripper, if it's a giant spider, I'm a freak. Well, no, I wasn't that, but I mean, I'd still be freaking out if I got a boxing glove to the huevos.
It's a giant spider. It's not Redbeard in the house.
Right, yeah. That's Rowan. Does Rowan come back and you put him with Gacy and they're just like the creepy, goofy the Gacy family. Da.
Right. Now we are on the first commercial break. The Asylum match rolls on, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see you, gamer. How you doing?
Right. Chair, what up? Kyle, what up? CJ, James right there. Eric Rowan confirmed. Fun fact, James Doohan, engineer Scott from the original Star Trek, was born in Montreal, Quebec.
Yeah. Well, Shatner's Canadian.
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk like that then?
Because that would be fucking stupid.
There's something in the ring.
But yeah, absolutely.
Curtis, what's our over-under on commercial breaks here? We already got one in, so
We got
what are
one
we at
in.
here?
Yeah, what are we doing? An Iron Brew does go well with vodka. Absolutely. Good point, my
Take
guy.
a whiskey drink, you take a vodka drink, you take a cider drink.
What's up, Kevin? Giving some love to the chat. Now I can. Oh, you can give me the thoughts on your suspension. So quickly on commercial break right now. Sammy Guevara was suspended. Somebody said 90 days. I didn't know it was a 90-day suspension. What I found really odd about this whole situation is he had a match on the 14th, lands on Jeff Hardy's face, which I mean, for all the botches we see, I was a little surprised. I know we're critical of how often he's botched, but then they let him jump off a ladder onto Hobbs through tables after, then suspended him.
I don't know if I'm going to have time to get this plot or this thought fully out as I got distracted by Fast and the Furious going by. He's racing the roadblock right now. Why is Sammy the one getting suspended here? Hey, I don't think what he did, that was more looked accidental than anything to me. And the suspension, as I was trying to say this real quick, and we can follow it up on the next one.
Yeah.
The whole suspension was because concussion protocol was not followed. Who should that fucking fall on? The performer or the guy that's supposed to be the official? The one that's not physically competing in the match.
My God.
Jack up top.
Time out. We got a Jack on a cage.
Yeah, do it.
Oh
my God. Moonsault off the top, and that's how you come back from a commercial break. And I think he went a little high on that.
That's a big man falling on your face. Speaking of falling on faces.
Right. Perfect tie-in. Oh,
my God.
As they're blurring the holy... well, a few snuck in, but yeah.
That was amazing.
Wow. That's reminding everybody who the fuck Dominik Dijakovic is.
Dijak is he's got the flag,
the straight jacket. We've called it every other jacket except for what it is.
So we're starting off Roadblock with a bang, literally.
Right. Fuck. He's gonna pin this man in a straight jacket. Like Gacy's gonna win. And not even, he's going to do the pockets to the next level. He's going to David Copperfield this shit and still pin this man with his arms in a straight jacket.
Hey, Tavon. Tavon, how you doing? How you doing? It's been a while. See, I fucked up your name. It's been so long. Welcome. Right. We missed you too.
My friend. We'll meet again. Yeah, sad they bleep out holy sugar honey iced tea chants though. Not a fan. Well,
Gacy up in the jacket.
Belly back suplex there, or side suplex.
Dropping Dijak on his head. Whoo!
Mea culpa. Gotta take my
Mike Santana. I'm not sure. Was that officially a release or was it just we're both done with each other? High five.
I think they just parted ways.
Yeah.
Now we have a smiley face table.
This little baby ass cake.
Yeah, remember when, I know it wasn't the, I mean, fuck, I was going to say there was times where like it wasn't the cell, but the cage still went down past like the bottom of the ring. Like you had that little bit almost a halfway in between.
I feel like they haven't done that in a hot minute. As Dijak hooking Gacy in.
Just start headbutting the man. Shit, his chin's right there. Just start throwing it back.
Pause. Uh-oh. He who sets it up. Oh, stomp on the foot. Maybe not.
He's going to do the responsible Darby spot and go take a backdrop, a coffin drop through a table instead of a pane of glass.
Right.
What I learned at deathmatch school is Gacy's set up in the corner right now. Dijak moving the table.
This is going to be interesting.
Especially after we already got a moonsault off the top of the cage.
What's going on, Dylan? How you doing? How you doing? I almost forgot to like the stream. Don't do that. Make sure you like. Thank you, Pete. Everyone watching right now, click like.
Right. Take a two.
Wow.
2. Thank God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. 2 count there. After the swanton bomb through the table, after the table on a Dijak. Yes. Make sure. And now he's thankfully out of the straitjacket at least. So he's not going to look like the pockets.
Right. And both men showing off a pretty good amount of athleticism here.
Remember when Dijak was having bangers with Keith Lee before he was, if what I'm hearing about Keith Lee is true, I feel sorry for him, like that famous tweet he did about Walter.
Right. This is just the beginning of the show, folks. We got duct tape
now.
If the straitjacket wasn't enough, duct tape is now being used.
See, again, we're tying in the Canadians now with Red Green as he's literally duct taping around this man's head. That's going to be a bitch and a half to remove.
As men with facial hair, this is not going to be fun later.
Facts.
What happened with Keith Lee? What did I miss?
Oh, no, I was just more of saying how he's just had a terrible run in AEW and now
he really has
had now repeated back-to-back health injuries, health scares, or health issues. So
yeah,
T's and P's on that. But yeah.
Oh, I was worried something new happened to the poor guy.
No.
As Dijak feet. Oh, that's a low blow. That's a low blow. You're a Nagi. A nice looking Uranagi.
2 count. I was going to say this man's about to win out here looking like Luke. Test the force, Luke.
Hey, he's just wasting away like he's a kid at a piñata party.
Right.
Gacy through the door.
Through the door.
Knock, knock.
2 count.
Oh, nice.
Duct tape face, says Kareem. Yeah.
This is wrestling?
No.
This is what? This is crazy. This is crazy.
Oh, okay. I was like, feast your eyes.
Feast your eyes. Ironic. He's duct taped. Another
one.
Hit
it again.
Oh,
that's got to do it. That's got to do it. 2, 3. Yeah, the Dijakinator.
Fun match to start off NXT tonight. Let's go. Yeah, I was clicking the same one.
Yeah, C Money says, like the streamer, Dijak will duct tape to your face.
Right. A bit spot heavy. It was called an Asylum match, AJ. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah. And it's not like they do that shit every match, every week.
Mm-hmm. It falls into the time and place category for me, right? It's just now what do you do with these two? Because I have a feeling that Gacy's not done going crazy.
Yeah. It's Batman and the Joker. We're just destined to forever fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get to the chopper. You can do it. Yeah, you got the win. Yeah, it's amazing. It's fantastic.
Oh, Gacy smiling in the corner, kind of giving us a little Mick Foley vibe here.
Yeah, where's JR with look at him. He's smiling.
He's smiling.
Hey, so we got the family backstage right now. How you doing, Miss Rizzo?
Tell me more. Tell me more. Well, 0-1, 1-0. I took an L on that one. Gacy is going to need a chopper.
Yeah.
Crucifino. Why don't they just bring this guy into the family? He's more Italian than fucking Stacks.
No, well, it's Sopranos. Who's the girl that they brought on that was actually from Italy, from that family? Never mind. I'll look up. Anyone who's watched The Sopranos knows what I'm talking about. I'll get there in a minute.
Right.
Top of my head. But yeah, he very much looks like the actual Italian hanging around a bunch of Italian Americans.
Right. Hey, Rizzo, how you doing?
Right.
Welcome to the
Welcome to
family,
the family.
Kid. There you go. We got Fallon talking to Miles. Is it Miles? Is that Miles? Yeah. No.
I'm gonna just start calling him Thad. Fallon out here looking like $1 million here. With she should be the fucking Sheryl Crow gimmick, like Ruka out here,
She
because
does look like
she's
Sheryl Crow.
literally she's just like a rich mahogany color.
Right. Davenport.
Furio. That's what I was thinking of from The Sopranos. So Crucifino out there looking like Furio to Tony's, Tony Soprano.
Figaro.
That's just been a fucking theme on shows lately here.
WWE don't use anymore. Oh, we're talking about thumbtacks. Yeah, it's a rare. They don't like the use of thumbtacks.
Right, but it looks like we're getting Fallon and Blair later tonight here.
There we go. I'm okay with that match. That should be a fun one.
Fallon to me is starting to become one of those women on the NXT roster that should probably jump up. I'm still holding out and waiting out for softcore country there, and you bring in Mickie James on SmackDown.
Yeah, I still feel like we're not always. Oh, look at these guys with an actual as Corbin and Braun coming out in. Oh, look, they got wolf masks.
Somewhere, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards are like, "You fuckers still got shit."
Picking the War Dogs. Is that what they changed it to? War Dogs?
Fucking have it. I don't care. Something dogs, fucking whatever. But yeah, I like it now. They're literally embracing it. Granted, they still like. It's so funny because it's almost like watching a tag team literally like be birthed organically here. Of they kind of are halfway stumbling on picking a name. Now they're fumbling around of what gimmick they're going to go with when they come out. Like we had Corbin come out like he's fucking Bilbo Baggins on a Harley. We've had Braun out here as a furry cosplay, all that. So
right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next, the Wolf Dogs taking on Chase U. Who you taking for the win?
Right. But so following up, shout out MDB because you got my reference with the rich mahogany. But
pause
with the Sammy Guevara suspension.
Yeah, I'm really uncertain with this.
Why did the official not have anything to do with this? That just shows you even more of what we've been saying with AW officials. If you're going to have somebody in that role, what are they actually doing there? I know this isn't, Mario Yamasaki out there that's getting, not actually breaking up someone getting legitimately choked out to blackout here. But if we're talking about this is all because concussion protocol wasn't followed, the official is supposed to be the one enforcing that, I would assume. Not.
Yeah, plus you got a producer in the headset that can convey some shit to people, get a message over if he needed to. I also wonder if Matt Hardy's being suspended because I think that type of, I understand why he was pissed, but you don't want your fan base seeing legitimate shoot pissed in the ring. So would you fine a guy for flipping off another guy? That's not supposed to really be happening. But Sammy, again, I think, and I know people have defended Sammy, but Sammy has been consistently unsafe. They consistently let Sammy do spots that he probably shouldn't do or doesn't need to do. And again, at the end of the day, you got a guy like Sammy Guevara who should probably be on Ring of Honor, not even on your Wednesday, Friday, Saturday show. But here we are, and it was just weird, right? Like, again, they didn't do it right away. Like, did they have to have a committee meeting? But usually in sports, if you're considered for a suspension, you have to sit out till they make a decision. You don't keep playing, and then they're like, oh, by the way, now you're suspended. So the whole situation was mishandled and makes little to no sense.
Absolutely. Well, and like you said, he's back out there, later that week, having huge spots with Hobbs and everything as well. And It's weird that Sammy has this track history, and I know we've gone at Sammy before for his mistakes or his botches or what have you, to where someone's legitimately got hurt. Example, it's funny that you brought up Matt Hardy, because Matt's lost a good chunk of brain cells because of Sammy Guevara with a steel chair. So I don't think that Matt shouldn't have anything to worry about with this. I don't think that Sammy should be in any bit of trouble here, because I think what it looked like, what happened, I think. Now, are they saying that there was a concussion before his spot, or that spot caused the concussion?
I don't quite know, to be 100% honest with you. I don't know where that falls. And my big concern for AEW now is, if you're setting the precedence that, if you're unsafe, if you're deemed unsafe and you are being suspended and or fined, who's the next person to get suspended? Who, are you going to hold everybody to the same accountability? Was it due to the fact that, what, Sammy, you fucked up so many times, we have to suspend you? What lines are drawn here?
But where's the suspension for Moxley or for Phoenix for that whole situation? Where's that thing? Yeah. Like, and even MDB points out here, it's again, when you speak in absolutes, it will absolutely bite you in the ass. And so Tony out there is saying safest company in wrestling. Then why the fuck are you having to suspend a guy for this, that, and the third after you've already, like, you had that happen, had him still wrestle after the fact, and now you've got to follow up and suspend him? But we're the safest company out there.
Yeah, again, those absolutes definitely come back to haunt you. But yeah, I mean, now every time there's a major slip up that we feel somebody's being careless in that moment, where do they start? Everyone's going to be looking for future suspensions based on this one. It's really weird.
Propunza out here with what is unsafe in AEW. That's the thing, like you were saying. Where's the line? Where's the differentiating point?
And yeah, and I mean, unfortunately, as we are back and we got Tatum with Bird Lady, but again, I think a lot of times we're getting stunts pulled off by people who are not prepared to do the stunts they're doing in a lot of the cases. Oh shit.
Tatum's just doing Daphne from WCW, I feel.
Yeah, no shit, eh?
We bet. I mean, I dig the look, but
Sammy's time came and went. When Sammy was digging into being a heel, and him and Ty Conti, where everybody were disgusted by them making out and they were just getting real DP, that was your chance. But then they fucked around. He got Jericho-ized, and to me, he's not relevant. So to have this guy flying off everything does nothing for us. Like, he jumped off the stanchion off the stage a few weeks ago. Nobody's talking about it today. Jumped off like a 40-foot fucking platform, and nobody remembers it. Like, that's the point of this is, if you come out and every time we see you, it makes what you're doing irrelevant and, not memorable.
Well, and Keyshawn also follows up with 2 pillars are suspended and 1 took a hideous back bump through glass. So I really think
out of the for 9 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say, out of the 4 pillars that WWE or that AEW claimed to have, they're starting to crumble before our very eyes. But there's really only 2 of them holding it up, and that's why you see this fucking building leaning hard.
There is, the pillars are shaky ground right now here. I blame Jericho for Sammy. I blame Jericho for a lot of things. Sammy is one of them.
So we're getting the intros right now. I think everybody's taking the Wolf Dogs here. I don't know if I saw anybody taking Chase U.
Yeah, I'm not taking Chase U either. Got Wolf Dogs. Damn bloomin' onion. Let's go NXT, says Robert. Good to see you, Robert. Welcome on back to the chat. But here's the thing, and someone just said, like, if Sammy was to leave, would he go to TNA or could he go to NXT? The risk, the thing that would be very interesting if a guy like Sammy leaves AEW is he's going to have to stand on his actual wrestling ability, not just the big spots. Because he can have an absolutely shit match and then jump off a ladder through Hobbs, and everyone's like, oh my God, that was amazing, ignoring the 10 minutes of shit we got prior to that spot. So he will be tested if he leaves AEW. he'll be less protected if he leaves AEW.
Yeah, I could see him being in the X division.
Right. Oh, we're off and running.
Corbin taking on Chase right now.
Corbin with his ode to Bam Bam on his tights.
Yeah, a little bit Bam Bam, a little bit Harlem Heat here. As Braun Breaker out here like a fucking stick of zebra fruit gum. A zebra stripe gum.
Mm-hmm.
Camp up.
Just Joe 47. I'm a bit late, but Dijak's moonsault off the top of the cage should have been his the finish. He hit that perfectly. It was gorgeous. Again, watching a big man like that fly through the air with such ease was terrifying. And I mean, it could have been the finish, but I don't mind Gacy being crazy enough to kick out of a few things.
Yeah, and it was one of those of it's going to just that was your high spot match of the month, really, when it comes to NXT here.
Oh, Braun Breaker on fire, on Chase getting lit up.
Is Braun Breaker's really over right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I know people were like, I can't believe he went 8 seconds with Zion Quinn. I can fucking believe it.
What did you want, a fucking 20-minute time limit draw?
Assisted gut buster. Oh, wait, wrong. Look.
They're arguing over who's going to get the pin here.
I think they were arguing over who the legal man was, which, again, rules matter. Details matter, people.
Right.
Oh. Yeah, Sammy never leaving AEW. He's too much in Tony's pocket. Tony loves him. And, no, it's just trying to think of it. You got to remember, like, and a lot of people talk about other talent there. When you don't have that protection, what happens with them?
Right. As we go to commercial break again. So number 3, after Andre Chase hits the kind of cannonball run off the apron onto both men.
Wolf Dog's in the house. Braun Breaker looks like candy cane.
Is that just the way of saying anything that's red and white looks like a candy cane?
Right. Braun Breaker coming off the ropes, scary. The man moves with such intensity. That's the thing. He's so athletic.
I'm still telling you, especially Christ. Again, we've got the combine going right now in Indianapolis and everything right before NFL free agency, all of that. And we've talked about how, well, we've already parted ways, I guess, allegedly, with the former next big thing. So why don't we hype up Braun Breaker like we did Brock Lesnar? And you can do all of this vignettes and everything of Braun Breaker's spear comes in at the velocity of and he hits you on impact with this amount of force on his spear and everything. Do shit like that. Get this guy over of being just this world beater fucking athlete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you got to keep getting over. You keep pushing him. Potential future Heyman guy. If all should go to shit with the bloodline, you never know. You never know.
Right.
Did Braun have a bad heel run? No, I think he had a bad babyface run to kind of start his career where he felt a little forced. Then he got into a really good heel run and accidentally ended up a babyface with Corbin.
I don't even know what you call them right now, whether you call them a babyface or a heel. I think you could still, he's more, if anything, almost a tweener, I guess.
They're a little tweeny because, Corbin is, a consummate ass that people love to hate. And just all of a sudden these two got together and they were funny and entertaining. So here we go. So we kind of slowly working back into like a happy-go-lucky face team.
I still swear it's just two dorky Kurt Angles from his heel run paired together of they're supposed to be the guys you want to boo, but they're just dorky and adorable somehow that you cheer for them.
Mm-hmm. I agree. If WWE knows how to book Braun in the main roster, sky's the limit. They'll book him fine. To me, it's very similar to, like, you think when Vince was running things, they bring up Karrion Kross and completely drop that ball, right? And now it's a struggle to get him over because we got to reconvince people and give him that Vincectomy.
Right.
But Braun right away, just dusting people, not losing by a roll up to nobody, dusting people, and that's what he should do.
Right.
Santana in TNA would be awesome. I love Mike Santana. One of my biggest disappointments with AEW, Nick, and I think one of their biggest fumbles is that Santana and Ortiz weren't a top tag team that were fucking running with those belts and didn't have a hot tag team run. They are an exceptional tag team, or were. And before all the drama and shit, when you started this company, they should have had a run. And I think it's one of the biggest fumbles of Tony's is not doing something with Santana and Ortiz.
Those two and them with Eddie are a missed opportunity.
Not bad. But we're back from commercial break. Corbin in control of Andre Chase.
Right.
Chase you for the win. Oh, we got one taking Chase.
Well, of course, it's the fucking raving lunatic in the chat there, Richard. So that's how you know the fucking Wolf Dogs are winning, because Richard took Chase you.
Right. If Braun Breaker was in AEW, he'll have a 20-minute match in his debut with a jobber or Jobber McJobber. Again, we've talked a lot about this. Time and place, presentation matters, and you have to be able to, as a booker, present what you want us to believe about the person. And if everybody has the same type of match, and it doesn't matter if you're heel, babyface, if it doesn't matter if you're on the bottom of the card or the top of the card, again, it makes everything mush together, and it becomes
wow. I haven't seen him pull that shit out before. That Braun Breaker, for those who are watching, just literally tossed Andre Chase up into the air like a little kid of wee, and then turn around and hit this man with an RKO right out of it.
Right.
There has to be a wrestler named Jobber McJobber, probably on the Super Indies, which might also be AEW, but we'll see. Tony Khan secretly employing Jobber McJobber, so no one else out there can have that gimmick.
Right. Andre dodging both men. Uh-oh, looking for the tag.
They're into the post. MLW got that money. Ooh. Yeah, MLW got that money from WWE. I saw there was, I believe, allegedly a $20 million settlement in that whole situation. So MLW didn't win the war, but they sure got a hefty fucking sum to get told to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you can go the fuck away, please. Thank you. We're busy.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's good for them. If they can utilize it, use it. Maybe you can turn it into something. Buy TNA.
No. These fuckers were locked into contracts before.
Right, no shit.
That's Gitmo of pro wrestling. That's just once you go in, no one goes out.
Big slam by Duke. Sidewalk slam.
Right. Two count.
That looked absolutely brutal. I completely agree.
Yeah, no. MLW, if they bought TNA, would just be Brett Lauderdale's fucking Wonka factory of nobody goes in, nobody comes out.
Right. What's your favorite spice? I liked baby. Oh no, I'm digging ginger or thyme.
Sporty Malaby was pretty good.
No, I was a big fan of
ginger,
baby.
Not really. I don't do redheads really. And baby is just surprisingly as much as
call.
I didn't like Baby Spice. Sorry. Two count. Oh, Braun looked like he was almost a day late and $1 short breaking that up.
Right.
By NWA. Oh, Christ. Could you imagine those two half-wits together? Cocaine spots all the way around.
NWA needs something to happen. They've been almost erupted. Nobody talks about NWA at all.
I mean, sometimes you got to put Old Yeller down, respectfully.
Or yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to say that's a terrible thing to say because that would be putting people out of jobs. But yeah, they need something to fucking right that ship.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Braun diving from the apron and just laying out a clothesline on Duke across the announce table. The table didn't even break. Oh!
Chase, you gonna steal this shit?
I don't know, but Andre Chase just did his best Matador impression. Figures Brock Breaker, the bull comes charging in on a red sweater there, but eats nothing but stairs.
Crossbody!
Dos amigos, dos.
Big kick out. No one ever says sporty.
I said sporty, goddammit.
There you go. This match sucks. So sloppy. Really?
I don't think so. I mean, it's not the best match that Corbin and Braun have had.
I'm having fun with it.
I don't think it's bad.
I haven't seen it horribly be sloppy.
End of days. Zombie Andre Chase just gets put down with a spear. 1, 2, 3.
And it's over. Yeah, Paul, I'm struggling to agree with you on this one. I thought that was a hell of a match. If we had the tag match at Revolution with this much energy, I would have been happy. The energy in this match was great.
Yeah, you had some really big moments in this match.
WWE should buy NWA. EC3, I believe, is still the champ, I think.
I believe. Good tag match. This is started slow, but definitely picking up. Richard, for half a second there, I thought you were starting to talk like Yoda there. Good tag match this is. This is not the botches you are looking for.
Oh, Thea storming off?
Because JC's behind all of them, just with her finger in her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. What the fuck?
As we got Carmelo with security, I guess. Private security?
What security you know? Private. Sit there wearing balaclavas, vests on top of getting the right to censor uniform here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got his own like militia.
We are the nation of domination.
Kiana isn't even DLC, but Lyra is no Paxley. Lola isn't even DLC.
Give it time. Give it time. Do you want AW Fight Forever? We can go back to AW Fight Forever.
Really fun match. Yeah, I thought the match was good. I didn't like maybe I was talking to you and missed some sloppiness. Might not have all been crisp and clean. I know that whole like who's the legal man spot was a little clunky, but I'd rather them fuck around and get the rules right than just do whatever they feel like.
Sorry, I'm caught up in this whole Carmelo promo right now, and I really dig his chain too. He's got it's like a diamond out around like the Black Panther shit.
Mm-hmm. So new vibe for Carmelo, and I appreciate it. Oh, the chairman in the house.
For half a second, granted, it looks like, snakeskin with his little shawl thing, but I, for half a second, thought it was the Burberry. I was like, are we teasing? Are we teasing? Man, I got all excited.
The internet would melt. Not the fact that he left. That's going to cause a big meltdown anyway. But imagine he showed up on NXT. They're like, sorry, we know we used to be champ over there, but we got to teach you some things.
Oh, no. If he I wasn't even going that way. I just thought about him coming back. I couldn't imagine if they brought him back on NXT. I'd be a little pissed about that, respectfully.
Everybody just,
we saw Instagram and Facebook shut down. We'll have those two shut down and Twitter shut down if that happens.
All of it. TikTok, anything wrestling related.
Right?
I would love to see the Wolf Dogs versus Judgment Day. I'll take it. I'd be in for that.
I could see it being, I was going to say at Mania, but at Mania, it's got to be the Awesome Truth versus Judgment Day. But
yeah, 100%. I think that's the build. And I'm telling you, and I know you agree with this, so I'm telling them out there, right. Hello, everybody. The pop when they win. If you do 3, 4, 5 solid false finishes, and oh my god, he almost, but when R-Truth hits like a fucking the scissor kick, the pump kick, and gets the pin, the Philly's gonna come unglued, my guy.
Oh, absolutely. I would say you do at probably maybe at least 2, maybe 3. You do one to where it's an actual legit, like he gets the false finish, they kick out. You do one to where like Dom runs in and fucks it up or whatever. Maybe a JD does the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second you get a 1, 2, 3, and R-Truth has won a title in WWE at WrestleMania, it could be the fucking 24/7 title again for all we care, honestly. The crowd will fucking be throwing babies in the air.
Yeah, and all due respect to the Miz, it could be R-Truth and anybody. It could go get the kid.
R-Truth and Little Jimmy could be out there.
Jimmy, it doesn't matter, but the place will come. Like when you look for those big WrestleMania moments that we remember forever, that would be one of them. That R-Truth winning a tag title, even if he loses it on Raw the next night, like it just is what it is.
Facts.
TK should let NWA invade C. Well, what TK has nothing to do with that. But probably for his own that's an episode of Narcos waiting to happen.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know if anyone wants to get involved with some shit like that.
Right. Boston wants an Ava. Hey, listen, Boston should be pretty happy. No Ava so far. Knocking on some wood.
All right. I like this. This man got a hooded scarf.
He really does.
Sean Spears and the Dreadmore faction next. Dreadmare? What?
I don't know.
English doing Are You How? Oh, well, no, they're not in catering. Steven asking, where are the Creeds? On Monday Night Raw.
They are rookies in the rookies in the main roster. So they've had some spotlight moments, but they'll go through their cycle where they're a little quiet, work some house shows. That's kind of how it goes. Sheer, man, I don't know what I need to do to get these guys booked.
They're in the back is where they are. That's where they are.
In the back, in the couch.
They're in the back. Into sure. I'm for sure that they're in the back.
Yeah. I'm into sure about their booking.
Yeah. Because that's the thing is Tony Khan, again, he's great at getting other guys over because you got Jinder over for fucking a week, 2 weeks. And then since then, never been seen, never been heard from.
Right. Now, quickly, while we're on commercial break, Nick, a lot of people talking today and actually giving WWE props for talking about Taz, talking about Sting, talking about JR, but acknowledging Sting and giving him his flowers.
Oh, again, I feel like you kind of have to because we've talked about at length of how he's one of the guys that and I did it my way. And Vince is no longer screaming in everybody's ear of, there's no mandates of we can't talk about this company or that company. Now, granted, they weren't putting over the Young Bucks or anything. They weren't bringing that up. They brought up ex-WWE guys. They brought up guys that they have the footage to still, like Taz, like Sting, like JR, etc. So, I mean, we read between the lines, but it's still great to see them actually acknowledge that wrestling exists outside of WWE.
As ladies and gentlemen, Sean Spears coming to the ring, and I'm going to say it, I like his entrance.
The fucking spooky. This man looks like he wanted to play Reptile from Mortal Kombat or dress up for him as Halloween, and his mom said, no, we have a reptile costume at home because he's out here with the snakeskin shawl, just some weird paintball mask with just scribble as his entrance.
Uriah Connors making his NXT debut.
Well, it won't last long. Hopefully you got a fucking snapshot, kid, because this is gonna fucking be fast.
But this is a great spot for when we talk about why bring Spears back. I mean, it's a great. You got a kid in his first ever match. Spears going to take care of this kid. And this is beyond the wrestling. This is what Spears brings to the table. No, you just whispered in his ear.
Pause, whispering sweet nothings.
Yeah.
Saying, come on, kid, do it. Get your shot in.
Again, to each their own. Elimination Chamber wasn't the best. It was good. Revolution was, again, if Revolution was a 3-hour pay-per-view, we'd probably have a different conversation. But
if
it
was
was
a 3-match pay-per-view, we'd have a different conversation.
Yeah. One of our TikTok friends I had a bit of a back and forth with today because he was very like one of the best people. Oh, there it is. C4. Sleep tight, big guy.
Is this where we bring up that NXT is brought to you by the energy drink C4?
As Shawn Spears in again. Not a 15-minute brawl with a nobody. An emphatic win.
Now, sorry, go ahead. Finish what you're
Nope,
saying. I just thought of something. Came on me like a bad idea. Now, if you have Cody going at it with the bloodline and you've got Dwayne, and I don't want to try and compare Shawn Spears to Dwayne, but if you've got to bring in your guys, you've got to bring in family, everything. I need to, this ain't a scene. It's a goddamn arms race.
Right? If you need some I almost said missionaries again. If you need to bring in some hired hands, yeah, not bad.
Right? Bring in those mercenaries, and especially the fucking chairman and all of that. But yeah, now he's out here doing his best. Mister. I was going to say, because he's out here cutting proverbs, but it looks like he's even got the Nightmare Factory gear still on it, like the Canadian version on his gear.
Yeah.
So it's like, just maybe, why didn't we wedge him in there? I'm not saying we needed to, but I'm surprised that no one's talked about that.
It'll be interesting. Yeah, and Fit Finley's son. There you go.
Oh, that's Brogan?
Yeah, okay. Right over my head, Uriah.
Yeah. So he's going hard in the paint here at Ridge Holland.
Yeah, bring back the Iconics. Let's go.
Would they not already be more over than this, man? Respectfully.
Ruthless Raspberry and Cherry Powerbomb. I had no idea. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
For the C4 enthusiasts.
Yeah, I've had them a time or two. I think I had one in between SmackDown and Chamber.
Right. Oh, we get an interruption here. Is Ridge not happy? Evil Cody Spears.
Right? Yeah. Why would you throw away the fucking chair?
He wants him to hurt him. I don't know what this is completely yet, but that's like Spears wants to unhinge Ridge. Look, he's begging for it. Come get me. Come get me. Like, remember, Ridge is trying to like be this like reformed guy, and Spears wants him. Look, Spears is
we're getting the comic book version of fucking Batman and Joker between Dijak and Gacy, and now we're getting that literally the Dark Knight. This is the plot of the fucking Dark Knight right now.
Do it. Look, he's begging for it.
Hit me. That's what we're getting. We're getting Canadian Heath Ledger out here.
Spears telling the refs to get back.
I do like the idea if they're trying to do this, if they pair them up and you have unhinged Ridge Holland of that big brawling motherfucker paired up with Shawn Spears, of you have a guy that's the mental guy and the tactician, the technician, paired with the fucking brute.
They are booing Ridge. Yeah, people don't love Ridge. Like, Ridge needs something. So maybe Spears can get something out of him. Oh, nost. Bar rescue.
All he's missing is a mannequin head. He's Al Snow from the Attitude Era right now with this fucking shirt.
The shirt. Admit it. Wrestling isn't the same without Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
Well, I mean, the man kind of does have a little bit of that Terry Gordy look. So
yeah, not bad. I think this man just has to abandon this curly waterfall, buddy.
Nah. Go straight Iron Claw. Just go straight, Southern wrestling gimmick.
Fair enough.
The man's wearing a fucking Terry Gordy shirt, and you're like, shave that Kentucky waterfall? Nah.
I don't know, man. It's starting to run away from his face anyway. Oh, look. Dijak found a new opponent. Sign me up for this gimmick. I'm okay with these two.
The heel versus heel again, though.
Is Dijak a heel? He's a cop. We don't know.
I mean, you say that because you live in Canada. I can say a different thing because I'm the US.
Oba versus Jensen next week. There you go. That should be a nice squash match.
Yeah.
Remember the old Bob Backlund gimmick where he would look at his hands after he did something bad? That's Ridge's gimmick. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at with Ridge, right?
I never meant to hurt the people, but it calls to me. I just have he's WWE's Sammy Guevara. Even when he doesn't intend to fuck somebody up, he just kind of does.
Mind games.
Right. Jensen, Oba. Jensen's gonna get up. Yeah, Oba Femi is again. I feel like I keep saying this with a couple people. He's a blue chip on a blue chip there.
Yeah,
he is a grown man wrestling with children.
Yeah, he really is. Like it's again. He gives me like I know I don't jump off the fucking cart when I say this out loud, but he gives me that Brock Lesnar vibe when Brock showed up as a 20-year-old kid and just looked different than everyone else and was explosive on a different level. Not the same. I'm not comparing.
No, and that's not a bad comparable, because the only thing I would say that honestly, Oba may not have, and I guess the physical athleticism, because Brock Lesnar is like a one of one human being, but Oba's close there. Oba can talk on the mic on his own. Oba doesn't need a Paul Heyman or anything like that.
Yeah, especially with this kind of heel vibe that he's pushing out right now. I think Oba can do that well. But as far as being like a freak of nature on a different level, where even as a young superstar, you're like, who the fuck's going to beat this guy? Like, well, he's got that vibe to him.
And it's just amazing to see the times that WWE's hit a home run with all of these guys that are on the NIL deals and shit like that. Braun Breaker's won, Tiffany's won, Oba's won. And these are all people that are taking to pro wrestling like a duck to fucking water.
Well, because they're developing them from the ground level, right? And they're in the gym every day, and
they're learn bad habits.
These, right? Some people said the WWE, like the wrestling factory, is a little risky, but it's starting to produce stars, like instant stars.
Yeah, you do get, for every one, you may get one or two that unfortunately get chewed up and spit out.
Yeah,
but that's when they can go, and there's still plenty on that landscape that you can go and find your own way and come back if you want to, or just pave your own way. But I think it's a way, like I said, they don't learn bad habits. They don't learn shit that gets drilled into your head because you worked fucking 5 years on the indies and everything like that. That's just the way I've always done it. Well, know that you're building it to the way we do it, and it seems to be after 60 some odd years we do it pretty well, so maybe you should listen to us.
Well, and you're seeing like Tiffany like so quickly adapt to, like, because the way they're groomed now, they're getting, and maybe the bad choice of words, but you see them get into, like, Tiffany gets her chance in the main roster and doesn't look out of place, wherein in the past you know it took people a while to get there, you know. And again, you have other talent that might not just take to water that way, but you are producing some gems when you find them.
Oh, well, and also you have, speaking of gems, we've got Ilya right now as we come back from commercial break, and that gem's wandering off here. But I was going to say of how, shit, now I got distracted and forgot what I was going to say. But now with Triple H at the helm, with that system in place, a guy who understands modern wrestling, they're getting taught the right way, but still have enough room to blossom and grow and develop who they are as a character, as a personality, as a performer. So it's not as structured and as restricting as under the McMahon regime here. That was, again, probably not a good choice of words, but you get what I was saying. As I've got Ilya backstage cutting a promo as, so we've got Stacks and Crucifino, the newest members. All right. If we're doing this like The Sopranos, so Tony's obviously Tony from The Sopranos. I've already established Crucifino is Furio here because he just got brought over. Stacks is 100% Christopher, although I don't know who Rizzo is, because I don't know if I'd exactly say that she's, Carmella or anything like that. But I'm digging very much that we're getting, the family involved in the world title picture instead of it's constantly always, you know, the North American title picture or the tag team title picture. As I've got Lyra and Tatum Paxley. Do we have a name for them? Birds of Prey. I like that, Lady B. You get a star 100% for that. That's a great name. I was just going to say, do we have a name for them? We like to come up with the little joke names. But yeah, the Birds of Prey, 100% here. It's literally just it. It's starting to weirdly grow on me. It's got a very much a Killer Kelly Masha vibe mixed with a little Trish and Mickey. But we got the Kabuki Warriors coming out right now, folks. So let me know who you're taking for this match, whether you're taking the Birds of Prey there, Lyra and Tatum, or whether you're taking the Kabuki Warriors here. I think it's got to be clearly the Kabuki. That's fettuccine. Screw you, Steve. I thought Tatum would wear Lyra's outfit again. No, like I said, I do kind of like Tatum's whole spooky goth girl, you know, slightly unhinged look there and all of that. And I guess that might tell you a little bit about my dating history here. But yeah, I dig it. And I like that she's still managed to keep a bit of her own character with this outside of just, she's not, I know Aaron Stevens, Mizdow there, Sandow managed to, you know, still get over super as being Mizdow and everything, but he very much just became too attached to that gimmick and everything that he couldn't be an individual human being, I feel, after that. So I like that they're letting Tatum still just, she's the spooky goth girl who's just obsessed. Yeah, that whole pose and everything is very much Masha and Killer Kelly, with Lyra's Masha and Tatum's Killer Kelly here. I mean, if I'm Anthem, I might be sending a cease and desist. If MLW can get 20 million, I mean, at least you could get, you know, a fucking coupon book or something. Kabuki Warriors for the win. Tatum eating the pin. Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, you've got NXT Women's Champion here. I don't know if she's exactly going to be the one taking the pinfall here. Bash, what up? One, it's for one fall. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Do you have Vice TV? New episode, Dark Side of the Ring, tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern to Standard Time. Earthquake, John Tenta. Shout out, John Tenta. There's a lot of stuff in pro wrestling that I don't think people give John Tenta credit for, but man literally brought over the whole was an actual sumo in Japan, was, you know, Earthquake in WWE, was the Shark in WCW out of the Dungeon of Doom. And then Christ even came back during the Attitude Era and was goddamn Golga. But we're underway. We've got Lyra and Asuka right now going at it. So again, if you haven't done so, let me know who you're taking. And again, if you haven't done so, I will remind everybody, as KJ's on a pause, make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. We just passed 4K subscribers on the channel, just passed 1 million views on the channel. We got that jetpack that they strapped wrong onto Wardlow, strapped to our backpack. So 100%, we are getting rolling and growing here. So the best thing you can do is help massage that algorithm. I know, pause, but drop a like. It's just a little click for you guys. Drop a subscribe, drop our link anywhere that's anyone's talking wrestling that you know. Be a friend. Just tell everybody that you know about us. Spread the good gospel of wrestling. It means, you know, like I said, it's a click for you guys. It's, you know, a 10-second, you know, sharing a link or whatever, but it does nothing but help us out, and it's truly appreciated. As we're getting the John Jones crawl off here between Kyrie and Tatum. Lyra is such a great wrestler. Wish she had more personality. I have this weird thing with Lyra of, I think because she's so much watching fucking wet paint dry that I can't fully always get invested even to her in ring. Like there is that connection. I feel like if I'm invested in you personally, then I'm going to be more invested into what you do in the ring. Kyrie literally hitting the same pose as Tatum, and oh boy, the Weeboo fan fiction is going to be on fire with this shit. But yeah, I think that because there's not a strong connection fan base wise with Lyra, that it gets hard to like how good she is in the ring doesn't get appreciated or seen as much, I guess, if that would makes any sense. Welcome back chance for the heel Asuka. Well, literally, this is welcome back for both of them because not only did they have their run in NXT as the Kabuki Warriors, but also, I believe they did on the first women's tag belts. Hey, Asuka with the little pose there, but Asuka literally pretty much established and solidified the NXT Women's Championship, and Kyrie had a phenomenal run in NXT. Lyra needs knee pads. The knee pad police is out in full force here, folks. Hide your kids, hide your wives. Hide your knees. The knee pad police is out. Chris, what up? Kabuki Warriors lose the WWE Women's Tag Team titles on Monday Night Raw. Do we have a match? We're already talking damn near almost a week out. I don't think I've had anything announced for that I can remember off the top of my head. Who are they facing? All right, Chris, you just repeated the same comment. Who are they facing if you're going to say that? As Kyrie and Asuka just both working over Lyra right now. Or, sorry, Tatum. Lyra really hasn't been in this match this much. So, yeah, I think this is already setting up that Tatum's going to end up in the pinfall. What the? We've got Thea and Kiana James and why do I keep forgetting her goddamn name? Izzy Dame. I keep wanting to call her Izzy Dame or Dizzy Dame out here. But randomly, we've just got them throwing pocketbooks backstage for whatever reason. Yes, heavy pollen. Very much, allergy season amongst us here as we've got heavy pollen. I like how somehow that's probably only me and C Money are the only two people that get that joke. We will not tolerate no knee pads in my unit. That's so funny. It's just become such a weird inside joke. I don't even know how it started. But right now, Tatum and Lyra working over Kyrie with the double hip toss and the cartwheel out. Kind of a double drop kick there, a little sloppy jalopy. NXT do such a good job of showcase a lot of their women on their roster. Yeah, if I've seen people talk about this as we've got the Kabuki Warriors knocked onto the outside as both Tatum and Lyra do their little tandem taunt there on the middle rope there. So perfect timing as we've got commercial break here. But a lot of people have talked about or thrown out the idea of we haven't had a WWE all women's pay-per-view since Evolution. It's a mystery to me. But could they do something like that just with the NXT roster? I mean, we've kind of seen it close to that, like with like night one of Halloween Havoc and stuff like that. But could we do maybe not the main roster, maybe not Sharia's, your Becky's, your Charlotte's, your Bianca's, but your Tatum's, your Fallon's, your Tiffany's. Well, Tiffany's main roster now, but you get what I'm saying. Have that be doing all women's NXT show.
Maybe. I mean, again, I think at the end of the day, I think they do a phenomenal job, and I think a lot of people overlook how much spotlight gets put on the women in WWE in general. Never mind, but NXT does a great job of making their women look good, developing their women's roster. The future looks very bright for the WWE women, and I think overall, I mean, I think even on the main roster, the women get a good shake, and not so much in other companies. I think it's one of the overlooked things of WWE now.
Yeah, what's a big prominent feud right now going on in the women's division in AEW? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Well, breaking news. They have
Dun,
announced
dun, dun.
Statlander versus Riho tomorrow on Dynamite. Wait,
You have fun with that, sir. You have fun with that, because that's, getting dust in the wind. Honestly,
that's not big news. No, that's
No,
ridiculous.
that one of the competitors in that match isn't even big. So how can that be big news at all?
I feel bad for Statlander.
Yeah, she was supposed to go. You drop the TNT title and everything like that because you're going to be moving on up to the east side, and
Apparently not.
she's out here. I don't want to say slumming it with Stokely because I love Stokely, but she's just not been shown in any bit of truly prominent light. We thought she would have jumped to the women's division, or the women's title. Like, think about it. You've got Thunder Rosa, who never lost that belt. You've got Stat, that's coming off of being a dominant TNT women's champion. Neither one of them going after the fucking belt. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, no, and again, the use of Rio. I know some people out there we've talked about this for a long time. I don't get the Rio thing. I don't know what you're going to do with Rio. Rio just shows up and seems to be relevant, and then she's gone again, and then comes back. And yeah, I don't get Rio.
The wind just changes, and she just floats off, and then they have to go and chase her down and everything. She gets stuck up in a tree, and they got to send somebody to go and poke her with a broom to fucking knock her out of it.
Yeah, you see people brag about this AEW women's roster, yet tomorrow night I'm going to get Riho and Stat. What Stat couldn't take on Deeb, Stat couldn't take on Mariah May, who's had one match. Stat couldn't take on somebody of more significance than Rio. And for she shouldn't have been a champion. She shouldn't have been. Her in those matches against Nyla Rose were not good. They looked awkward. Nyla should have squashed her. I'm sorry. I don't get it.
AEW can do seemingly one women's story at a time. And meanwhile, with WWE, you have people that are upset because Liv's not getting involved. But what about Nia? But what about that? What about Raquel and everything? And upset because Becky's getting involved. There's layers even throughout the women's division.
Oh, Kyrie fell trying to springboard off Tatum's back as we are back to the action.
Right. I think we both clicked the same thing at the same time. I did wish Sheeta, Stat, and Rosa were in the title picture. They feel ignored now. Facts.
100%. Thunder Rosa left due to injury, never losing her title. Came back, and we haven't even fucking mentioned the fact that she hasn't even been pinned for her belt. Why is she not at least talking to Tony Storm or being relevant in that situation? I don't get it. And like you said, when you get 1 3-minute women's match per week, hard to fit them all in.
Right. Yeah. Double cross body from Lyra to...
Is Kyrie legitimately hurt?
Who, what?
Is Kyrie... is Kyrie legitimately hurt? Oh, okay, she seems back up and okay.
Yeah, she might have just taken... I think she might have taken a knee pretty high there. Would be my only thing, because she looks like she took a good one, like a knee straight to the front of her head.
Yeah, this match is kind of slowed down as it looked like it's gotten a little wobbly here. Even that it felt like Asuka and Lyra were holding that lock for a little extra to figure out where Kyrie was going to end up. But Kyrie back going and taking licks as we got the bridge.
Right. Yeah, 1, 2. But see, the official checked on her, made sure she was okay. We've seen it in this company, to where if there's somebody that might be concussed, we sat there and got thrown off by it the first time we saw it, to where they had to completely stop a match between Austin Theory and Carmelo. Meanwhile, imagine if that happened and Carmelo Hayes got suspended because of that. What the fuck does that make sense to?
Yeah, no. And if you let them keep going, right? And again, I think it's
right.
I wonder if point of principle. I think if you suspended Sammy, it should have kept in house. It should have been a secret. It looks
write him off, and then you don't have to announce as a suspension.
Yeah, it's a real bad look all around. It should have stayed in house, man.
is it only, again, it's such an AW thing to where either before, during, or after an AW pay-per-view, especially within that kind of 1 to 2 day news cycle, that there's negative news that constantly comes out of. They managed to just fumble, walking up the stairs here.
A little bit at times. Oh, roll through.
Two go. Step up Enziguri.
Thunder Rosa deserves so much better. A great wrestler, a great woman, a great talent. And they just, all the bullshit with Britt Baker, all the bullshit with the women's locker room. She was like the female CM Punk.
Hey, Thunder, if you want to come on.
Wow. Big leg drop.
1, 2.
There's been really good moments in this match and really not so clean moments in this match.
Yeah, if like Paul was saying, what the other match was, the other tag match was sloppy. If you want to say that a match was sloppy, a tag match, it's this one, not the other one.
Right. Rosa is just fighting jobbers. She doesn't even get promo time back.
Last I saw was her doing the whole, like, she might be part of the Los Ingobernables there with Roosh.
Right. Maybe, but we haven't seen Roosh. Well, I guess he was hurt. Insane elbow.
And coming off of setting in that like neck breaker spot there.
Right. So the Kabuki Warriors are victorious. Not a bad match. It wasn't a boring match, but a little bit clunky. And I really do believe that Kairi took a knee to the head.
Yeah. And high five to everybody that was saying that it was going to be Tatum who took the pin. And I will high five tag partner out of here for a quick minute here.
There you go. Nick taking a pause for the cause. The action rolls on. And we are still going with this one. But the Kabuki Warriors pick up the win. They pull it out. Again, a little bit of a clunky one, but we got there. Kairi was a little dazed. Yeah, it looked like the ref was checking on her, like, are you good? Oh, wait a minute. Roxanne Perez. We're getting Roxanne Perez out of nowhere, jumping your champion. And now we know what's next for Lyra Valkyria. Tony Khan hasn't even given Thunder Rosa a chance to be great. I completely agree with you, MDB. It's driving me nuts. I'm such a big fan of Thunder Rosa, and I just don't get it. Look at this. Oh, my. Roxanne looking to break the... What? Roxanne Perez unhinged. Yeah, I agree. No, she's great. She's great. And when people are accusing her of not being around when she was on Spanish commentary all the damn time. Saw that. Yeah, this is insane. Yeah, facts, Mike. That's sad. As they're bringing out the gurney, as Roxanne Perez, for those who can't see, basically hooks Tatum Paxley's, not Tatum Paxley, Lyra Valkyria's arm over the bottom turnbuckle, the joiner, and essentially jumped on it. So, whoo! What is up with that? That definitely feels like we're going to get Roxy versus Valkyria at Stand and Deliver. 4-0 and no glass. Rizzo, no glass. 4-0, 4-0. That was Asuka and Kairi's best tag match since rejoining. Got good time. All right. There you go. I thought some of the spots, and again, you can't help it because nobody was planning for the, Kairi takes a knee, takes a second to figure it out, but we still got where we were going. So it got a little bit clunky in that spot there, but I'm okay with it. 3-1. 4-0. We could go all the way. Well, you better buy me dinner first, Keith. Kabuki Warriors win. Yes, they did. 2-0. Tatum got potential. Tatum's got potential, 100%. And I was half expecting Tatum to kind of turn. I wasn't expecting Roxy to come flying out the way she did, but We know Roxanne's been unhinged lately. She, has taken out a lot of people. She got disqualified for not breaking a hold. So here we go. When was the last time Hart defended her women's championship? KJ Nick. It's been a hot minute. It really is. The TBS title doesn't have a whole lot of clout to it. And again, when you over push someone too early, you hit the ceiling real quick and bounce back down. And I think part of that was due to injury, but she's back with Sky Blue. The whole turning of Sky Blue was a little convoluted. Again, when you're not really giving the TV time to the women, everything seems a little bit hokey. So, yeah, and I believe, correct, who won at Revolution? It was Statlander and Willow that got the W, correct? It's kind of odd. I too am a big fan of Thunder Rosa. There you go, MDB. There you go. Roxy. I knew it was going to happen. Ouch. Yeah, no shit. Not my women's champion. This is only developmental. There you go, Mike Clayton. There you go. Dang, Roxanne Snap. Yeah, she is, I guess, would we argue that this is full heel Roxy? 4-0. Sup, Safit. How you doing? How you doing? Roxanne versus Bird Lady at Stand and Deliver pay-per-view, and like this badass heel Roxanne Perez. Dale, I'm with you, and I think that match is going to cook. I think Stand and Deliver, we are going to be here live, I believe, at 11:30 a.m. Saturday for WrestleMania weekend kickoff. We will be here before the action starts, and we'll be here when the action ends about 10, 11 hours later for our WrestleMania marathon. That is going to be a good match. I love this version of Rox. I do too. Absolutely. And considering a lot of people are like, do you bring her up? Do you bring her up? Do you call her up to the main roster? And with so much going on the main roster, finding this nice little new gear, this new little attitude for Roxy keeps her very relevant, keeps her going. You want to see her wrestle, and she will get her time eventually to get up to the main roster. Full heel, trying to break the arm, Tatum turning on Bird Lady. I'm still waiting for that. I really am. It should be Lola versus Roxy versus Lyra. Hey, stay tuned. You never know. We got a few weeks to go before we get there. So hold on tight, Chris. You never know. Break number 5. What time are we at? Yeah, okay. All right. As we get a replay of what Roxy just did to Bird Lady, trying to snap off one of those wings. That's a painful looking spot. That's something different. It really was. Clip that bird wing. See money. Great minds, my guy. Roxanne was tired of seeing other people get a title shot after getting screwed twice, lost in a ladder match, and then failed cash in triple threat. I'm with you. She's just had enough. And Paxley getting loaded into the ambulance. Boston. We got Ava. We also got Shawn Michaels, HBK. So there you go. Concerned as their women's champion is being loaded into the ambulance. Dave, pull up your pants. We need an ambulance. 4-0. Julia Hart's last defended against Anna Jay at Battle of the Belts in January. There you go. So not terribly long ago, but I would argue that the TBS belt hasn't felt very relevant since Jade gave it up. And here comes Fallon Henley. Julia Hart ain't even all that, in my humble opinion. Julia Hart's good. Julia Hart has potential. But Julia Hart, if she was in WWE, would be an NXT talent. And I think she's an example, kind of like Sky Blue. There is some talent there, but the fans started going crazy because she's cute. So she got to push past where she needed to. So you're not getting a whole lot of like amazing matches. It's just she's pretty. Stat and Willow won. Yeah, that's what I thought. So again, your TBS champ on the losing end at Revolution. As here comes Blair Davenport. Who do you got in this one, folks? Are you taking Fallon? Are you taking Blair? Who are you taking tonight? Roxanne Perez is out of her mind. I love it. I love it. Well, now I hate you. Now I hate you. Just kidding. There you go. That's not nice. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. Julia has a great gimmick, but we haven't seen her talk once, and her entrance is more over than her wrestling. Listen, I think you have Julia Hart. You keep her with Brody King as like a heater. and you work that. That to me has a feel to it, a vibe to it. And yeah, give her some words. We watched it go back and forth with Sky Blue, and then that kind of fell by the wayside. Now her and Sky Blue are kind of friends, but we're dinging in this one. Again, I think there's potential with Julia Hart. I think Anna Jay's got a shit ton of potential, but they're not developing. They feel the same forever. I want to see improvement out of these wrestlers. And Tony Khan has bought a lot of TV time where he could be using Rampage, he could be using Ring of Honor to develop some of the young talent that has potential, and he's not. I like Stone Cold Roxanne too. There you go. There you go. Roxanne has gone loco. Absolutely. Nice trip by Fallon, followed up with the drop kick or side kick. Blair returns, then Sol Ruka returns at the end. I like it. Blair for the win. Blair for the win. Fallon for the win. I like Fallon. I don't know. I'm going Fallon for the win. Blair for the win. Blair Davenport. I got Blair for the win. A lot of people taking Blair. I like it. I like both girls. And again, what we were talking about earlier, not a shortage of highlighting your women's division on this show. The women are very relevant, and anybody can argue with me on this, but other companies aren't utilizing the women's division to the degree that WWE is. Just imagine if Cora Jade didn't get injured, her and this new version of Roxanne would be awesome. Could be. I wasn't completely sold on Cora Jade yet, but there was definitely potential there, and there was definitely, they were working some angles on social media and such, so potentially. Roxanne looks so cute when she's in heel mode kicking someone's ass. Yeah, adorable. Yeah, selling the shit out of that arm. Shawn Michaels. Remember, for WrestleMania weekend, we have all of the WWE stuff, plus the Indie Collective, plus Hog Shop that weekend. Lots of wrestling. Mike, we don't forget. And it starts on like the Thursday, goes to the Sunday. I know Nick and I are going to be exhausted. We're probably going to have some guests. We're going to do some fun stuff as well, not just watch the wrestling, but we're going to throw in some trivia, some games, some good times. It's going to be a fun weekend here at the channel. So make sure, be a friend, tell a friend. Who in AEW's women division wouldn't go to NXT if they crossed the 3-letter line? Valid. And I think Dale will give you props for a great point. Is there anybody currently on the AEW women's roster that would go directly to the main roster if you sign them? Fallon for the win. That's a valid question. As Fallon dumps Blair to the outside. Blair for the win. You should have that. Blair Davenport for the win. NXT has the best women's division. It might not be like, I mean, again, there are some blemishes. It's not perfect. There's Sol Ruka! And she botched her return move. See? Not perfect, but you give him a pass. But Sol Ruka helping Fallon. There you go. Sol Ruka has returned. People thought it might be after the match, but Fallon picks up the win. So, point KJ. She had one job. She kind of missed the DDT. I won't disagree with that. But Sol Ruka, a tall drink of water, has returned. That was whack. She did fuck it up. It reminds me, remember when everybody made a big deal about Mercedes showing up in New Japan and she went to try that new finisher and it didn't go well? You had like one spot to make a statement and you botched it. That's what that felt like on a smaller stage. 3-2, 4-1. Sol Ruka revenge. So we're gonna get a Sol Ruka Davenport match at some point. I wonder how if Fallon and Sol Ruka kind of carry a friendship forward. We'll see. But man, poor Sol Ruka. Again, it's really hard to do a fucking cartwheel into a fucking DDT. So a lot of people talk about the athleticism and the ability of Sol Ruka. Maybe not the best representation of her in that moment. Not enough rotation. Yeah, the Russian judge definitely going to take off some points for that one. That's agreed. Less is more. Sometimes you try and go big, but if she would have just did the cartwheel, jumped down, and hit a DDT, it might have looked better. It is. What fucking Molly is Thea Hale on? So Thea Hale gets a tag team match, says with JC, and JC says, "Oh, I'm busy." Interesting. So the plot thickens. Soul got a new tattoo. Apparently, something about a tall blonde lady. I knew Soul was returning, but why not in a match? Why a surprise attack? I'm okay with her not just jumping into the match. I have no idea what they're going to do with her. So, but at the same time, maybe you pick a little more of a direct spot, something a little easier. And again, I'm not always like being picky and kind of traditionalist. If I'm going to hold both companies to the same fire, I don't love the idea that the baby face, Fallon doesn't necessarily want to cheat to win. If I'm being a little picky. Darn 4-1, we didn't go all the way. Yeah, it wasn't a great match. It was just it was all about that big spot that didn't go well.
Speaking of things that don't go well, like that right there, as I had a frog in my throat as it came back.
So Ruka looking like smaller lions. Yeah, she looks like the
Simba.
She looks like the after picture.
Or the before, depends on how you want to look at it, or the before.
What's next with Wendy Chu? Wendy Chu still hurt? What did Wendy Chu hurt? All the things?
Who comes back first? Wendy Chu or Christ, I'm already blanking on her name there. AEW Britt Baker was women's champion.
Hater. How did you forget Hater?
Yeah, I've been lapsing on my haterade. I haven't been down on my haterade here.
And just for our buddy C Money, if he needs to know when he gives his rating tonight, I got Trish on my screen right now because I'm getting a Canada's Got Talent commercial. She's one of the judges. So C Money, I get some Trish. That counts. Maybe you didn't.
That's for talent.
I did. Soul Ruka all day. I'm curious. I have no idea. That was a horrible spot.
If you steal my sunshine.
That should be your fucking entrance. Uh-oh.
There'd be 3 people that know that fucking song. Me, you, and the guy who picked it.
Yeah, shit, eh? What happened to Dexter Lumis? We're not going to have this conversation again, are we?
No, you can have it. I don't see a ton of potential in Dexter right now.
You don't think Sam can do it? I like Sam a lot.
I think he could go back to TNA and be great.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I just know so much of the actual wrestler and I know what he can do that I think Sam Shaw's got a lot of upside.
Yeah, but is he going to just all of a sudden snap and just start cutting soliloquies as promos and everything like that? Like,
no, I would keep
it. But it's one of those, you were talking a little bit about Karrion Kross and how they're still struggling to get him back. I feel Dexter Lumis in WWE is so run into the ground that you've got to get a fucking excavator to fucking unearth this man. It's like digging out a fucking sarcophagus out here.
I wonder if you do with Dexter what you're doing with Sean Spears right now, right? Eventually he just pops up and grabs somebody by the throat, drags him under the ring or something, and then we see how that goes. But yeah, I don't think they're going to change much of him if he does return. But I think Sam Shaw brings a lot to the table. Guy's jacked. He's got a good look. They just didn't do his gimmick very well. And the main roster shit with The Miz was stupid.
Yeah, maybe under the Hunter regime, they could figure out something with it. Like, I'll give you the credit of there is the glimmer of hope of potential there. But I think it's a windy and long road that a lot of wrestling fans don't want to take or have the patience to take.
Oh, I disagree. I think if you book them right, and I think they'll get behind them. They liked them before. Again, we've seen how fickle and how quick they change. It takes like this, in a snap. If you do one vignette to people, it took one vignette to people go, oh, Chad Gable. I think at the end of the day, don't underestimate how well things can be done. Same thing with Sean Spears. He was all but lost.
I like Samuel Shaw, but you wanted to mention Sean Spears. He had to go away to come back and be relevant. I think you're right, but that would require Samuel Shaw going away.
He's gone away. We haven't seen him in months.
But I don't think I don't think he's one vignette savable right now. Like, he's not
like
one
Sean
vignette.
Spears, I think a lot of people would have said that about Sean Spears a month ago, 2 weeks ago. Oh, we're going to bring Sean Spears back. Oh, what are you going to do with Sean Spears, bro? People are still saying it. But if Dexter popped up tonight in the main event and grabbed fucking Tony D by the throat and dragged him into the crowd, people would go, oh my God, and the internet would blow up. 100%. 100%.
No, I'd blow up and be walking off stream, and you'd have to fucking send us out here. But so we're in commercial break again, and we're getting an ad for 2K24, which that ad was actually good. I saw an image going around, and I have yet to play the game. If anyone can confirm or deny for me, they have Vince McMahon blurred out on everything.
Do they?
Allegedly. I cannot confirm nor deny. Again, I might have gotten grabbed up by, a meme, but yes, sorry.
Sorry, we got the Hot Topic manager talking to the Hot Topic employee.
Yeah.
What's up, Jared?
That's literally what this looks like. They're like two chicks that work at an American Eagle of like, well, Gigi, you can't keep calling everyone, see you next Tuesdays.
Right. I would have preferred Blair Fallon feud, not one of Blair and Soul. Yeah, but I think you take a veteran like Blair and use her to work Soul Ruka. I think she's a better fit than Fallon overall. But I like Fallon, so, it's a tough one.
Would you like a falcon? I've got Ariana Grace, Miss NXT. And I mean, she may look like your typical Long Island housewife here that just wants everyone to remember that she won a pageant once in a blue moon. But on Twitter, getting Thirst Trap McGee.
Yeah, we got Sean Spears on screen.
Do you like the interviews as they're leaving the locker room? Yep. Or I think it might have been with a GG or to where they were having interviews like at the locker room and everything, like you see after a game or anything.
Yes. What did he say?
Proverb. I don't know.
That is not Issa. I don't know what you're talking about. When did Chu come back as Mei Ying? No. Chu can wrestle. We just haven't, seen her awake in a while.
You want a spooky gimmick with Dexter, but just Wendy Chu, fucking Sleepy Magoo over there.
Yeah, but
just can't come back as a spooky.
Making her a 150-year-old ancient fucking relic does not make any sense.
They've got to unearth Dexter's fucking push. You're going to defend momentum like a 150-year-old ancient relic
behind Sam Shaw, who looks like a fucking monster. Are you kidding me? Come on, Nick.
One has a personality.
Yeah, and the other woman's asleep. Fuck. PG version of the BCC. The Quarter Pounder crew's here. I don't know why they're getting a promo time. Ava is an absolute joke. I added the absolute part. My bad. I don't like it. Ava as the GM is stupid. It looks bad.
You don't like it.
Visually, it doesn't make sense. I don't get it. I really don't fucking get it.
She looks like she's the president of like a high school class here. Like she was voted class president and now she's got to fucking dictate what everybody else does. I think the biggest thing is how we got here. You've done nothing. You've had no HBK endowing her with authority or anything like that. You've had no passing of the torch. You've had nothing to set that up outside of she's just there.
Yeah. Even this small crowd has no interest in what these motherfuckers are saying right now. Jamie Hayter returns first.
They're literally looking over at other people. One dude's I'm looking at one bald dude over the shoulder of Damon Kemp that's just picking his teeth. He could give a fuck right now.
Oh, shit. There's an elimination tag team tournament coming up on NXT.
Is it an AEW?
The AEW is going to start one tomorrow.
Right. Tournaments for all the tag teams. Everybody gets a tournament. You get a tournament. I get a tournament.
Oh, wait a minute. I know that. William Regal. Yes. I was like, I know that music. Ladies and gentlemen. The crowd was dead. They were like, William, get out there. Save your kid.
Right. I'm literally, save your son. Let's not talk about guns here, sunshine. Like, this is, think about it. This is the first time we've seen William Regal on wrestling television since he was in AEW. Or no, there was the one time with Ava backstage. But,
yeah, where he handed off. They were trying to give Ava some clout because Regal endorsed her, which, Regal, take it back.
That's your father. Clap, 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 clap. That's your father. This Heritage Cup Championship means the absolute world to me.
I like it. I like what he's saying, though. He's right.
It only though solidifies. This is fucking Temu BCC. This is Wish.com.
100 fucking
if William Regal ends up involved with this. Now, granted, I'd like to see him father and son. If I will walk you through that fiery blaze here, and he just separates from it because Dempsey's the one they sent to All Japan, everything. He's the one that's actually the champion. But if he's out there and he manages these fucking four ass clowns, then this is 100% Wish.com.
Oh, Nathan letting, sorry. Dempsey letting his dad know, I'll defend this cup better than you ever would. One more match for Regal.
250 fun.
Regal versus Kid next week on NXT.
What the fuck? He just says 250 fun. I'll be watching and then saunters off. The fuck?
This is interesting though. Not the great, like I listen.
It's the sowing of seeds.
Yeah, but there is no personality out of like any one of these four men. Oh, there's a depressed Noam Dar. So wait, are they Freebird style in the Heritage Cup? I hope not.
I don't know, but we've got GIH instead of bro Lash Legend out here.
Well, she might be camouflaged, but I can see all over.
I was gonna say, I'll give her a ton, Hunt.
Was Charles Dempsey in Iron Claw? No,
he looks like he would have been though.
Right? Yeah. William Regal's home.
Lash Legend would get more than a salute out of me. I'll say that.
Double tag team tournament is what?
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Elimination tag team tournament is, I think, what they said.
As we've got Tony D walking backstage right now. Why aren't you fucking following him? This man's coming out with his whole goon squad, and you four fucking paisans can't walk to the fucking ring.
Look closely. Are one of those guys Trick in disguise?
Is that fuck? You called it already. I was gonna say, but none of them right now are, but one of them will be.
Yeah, right.
That's why they're all out there in the balaclavas and all that shit.
Right. No, I think maybe that's fucking hilarious. Crowd is yelling, "That's your father." Yes, they were. So, the fans are in the know.
Right.
Again, you just got a segment with Ava, then you see William, and you're like, why am I looking at Ava when William's hanging around? What are we doing here? I can't take Ava seriously. I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I know she's related to a dude on the board, but what the fuck?
I've been trying to hold the shield here. It's getting harder and harder to stand the line.
I can't have Sam Shaw, but we can have Ava fucking Reigns.
Well, no, and right there, once you mention we've got William Regal now actually out there and talking about the Heritage Cup and acting in an official capacity somewhat to an extent, or having that kind of vibe, that feel, it really draws out the glaring holes, I can say words, in Ava being GM.
Yeah, one of the glaring holes is her fucking belly button that I got to look at. It's bullshit.
She went to Claire's.
She went to Claire's. It's like if Dean Malenko and Lance Storm fused and they made a bunch of copy and paste clones. They're so generic, this whole group. I hate that it's like, listen, the BCC at least has some actual personalities within it. They might not be booked well, or we might not like all the personality we get, but this is just, the Quarter Pounder crew is fucking awful.
This is just, if I could just be generic for a moment.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, oh, you're going to be generic? I was waiting.
No, I'm not going to go full Lance Storm here if I could just be serious for a second.
Right. It's not AEW, Mark, so they get a pass. LMAO. I don't know what C-Money said, so
we interrupted a conversation between two people.
I can't watch NXT tonight. What we are the road to Wrestle. Even trying to put that all together, but yeah, we are on the road to Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania 40. Break number 7.
Here I am on the road again.
We might get 8. The push might win tonight because there's only about 12.
Well, I didn't even know we ever had an actual line or anything.
The line was 8.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit. You only got about. You're gonna probably come back with about 10 minutes unless they do run over. So
yeah,
the under is probably gonna win.
Trick got to be one of the guards. Yeah, great minds think alike. Chambers, Tony D for the win. I think so. I think it's one of the guys is Trick. Yeah, absolutely. But the crowd there, being such a small crowd, such an intimate audience, they're gonna know right away, unless he just hides behind the ring post the whole match.
Comes out from under or something like that. Yeah, because I mean, the man's got the whole thing. Like, he would have had a fucking second skull behind him there,
right? Called it from the jump when they showed the security force to start the night. Now, yeah, now when they showed the security force previously, none of them looked like Trick, but the bait and switch might be on.
Yeah, it's like the devil thing of almost none of them, except for maybe the first one, actually looked like Adam Cole. But
KJ hates belly buttons. I can be a fan of a nice belly button, a little piercing on it. I'm okay with a nice belly button. I just don't need to see it as someone who's trying to be a manager.
Pause on all of this conversation here.
Right? Put a fucking shirt on. Trick got to be one of the guards, so everyone's convinced.
If you book it, then you should put a shirt on it. If you book it, then you should put a shirt on it.
So we got Stone watching Mello cut a promo.
Why does Robert Stone look like he's the magician at a child's birthday party with this fucking attire on?
He really does.
He's got fucking flannel plaid in the front and speckled polka dot stars in the back here.
Yeah, I'm with Lady B. It's like going to court and your judge has a crop top on, like, and her hair.
I know I'm not going to get convicted, motherfucker. I'm good.
Yeah, I guess
I'm out.
I just can't take her serious as an authority figure with her colorful fucking buns and her fucking belly button out. And yeah, put on, like, if you want to be the GM, look like the fucking GM. Look serious.
That is her serious face.
Could this wind up in a no contest and we have a triple threat? Which, I mean, technically, would it not then become a fatal 4-way? I hope not. I think we get Trick Mello separately. That's a blood feud. Well,
you're already assuming that Trick's involved, like if it ends in no contest.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
I think if it goes no contest, you get the triple threat, and that's where you get Trick.
Oh, then you get triple. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so where you get Trick, then there's no DQ. Trick fucks it up then. If
Right.
we go no contest, but I think we could get very much. We go into Stand and Deliver, Tony D versus Ilya, and we go in Trick versus Mello. And now that becomes the issue. That. Does the Mania 18? It comes into does Trick Mello main event, or does Tony Ilya world title over blood blood feud?
the champion would definitely main event. I think, especially in NXT, I would imagine. Next week starting to look very good as far as Spears taking on Ridge. We got Oba taking on Jensen. Not a bad start to what we're getting.
Yeah, he wanted that man to lose his mullet. I think he might just from Oba tossing that motherfucker from pillar to post here. That shit might fly off into the first row.
Right. Nick is El Generico confirmed.
I cannot confirm nor deny those claims, sir.
Right. They should bring back Mr. Spectacular to hang with Mr. Stone.
Yeah. And then just put DJ Zima Ion back up in there, Joaquin Wild, and we'll just bring it back to Broskies.
The hell is wrong with this guy's forehead? No, did you not? You got to go back and watch the story of why his forehead looks the way it does, my guy.
Because he got frozen in time and they defrosted him so he could be a pro wrestler. He's fucking hairy. He's especially with the fact that he's just only hangs out with Robert Stone's family. Robert Stone's kids look just like Vaughn. This is fucking Harry and the Hendersons just in NXT.
Right. How come Vaughn is not in WWE?
They couldn't fucking put his whole forehead into that shit. They would have had it. It would have fucked up the whole graphics and shit.
Okay, none of those men right now are Trick.
Not even close.
Not even close. And like I said, you're going to need a bait and switch commercial break, maybe.
But do you like, though, that he's got his own little security force, his own little militia here? He's very much Killmonger. I know I made a Black Panther reference because of his necklace and everything earlier, but he's a little Killmonger-esque vibes of, I'm just coming for everything. I'm going to burn this motherfucker down.
Uh-huh. Again, Mello's good. Babyface, good. Heel, good. The guy is a talent. He will be something someday beyond where he is now. Like, we see the writing on the wall with Mello. Yeah, MDB, you're on your own.
Well, Chair saying she's the Tony Khan of NXT. No one respects her.
It's kind of like, does not like Tony Khan wearing like the fluffy hat. It's kind of like the crop top equivalent for Tony.
So that's your hill to die on. Mine was the fluffy hat, the sunglasses. Yours is the crop top and the navel piercing.
She just doesn't look like an adult who should be running the show.
Fair enough.
Killmonger was a justified villain. There you go.
That makes him one of the best villains. I love villains like that.
There should be a stipulation on Carmelo and Trick. The loser goes to the main roster full time. Chip floats upways.
Right. But so we got Tony versus Carmelo as we've got a roll through. I thought that was a roll through into a DDT, but Tony picks him up and just back body drop. So who are you taking, folks? I've been pigeonholed by my gimmick and my sticks of I am taking the Paisan.
I'm leaning Tony because my expectation is Trick's going to fooey this plan up for Carmelo.
Fair.
Google Von Wagner, you get the Geico caveman.
Facts.
Raindrop, crop chop.
Raindrop, crop chop. But I do now like the whole idea of a potential no contest, and then that's where I Stand and Deliver. Granted, I wish we could have a Carmelo Trick match at Stand and Deliver, but maybe if that's where Trick shows up, that's a long pause though for Trick. I literally liked an idea and then talked myself out of it.
I was like, wait a minute. I don't even know how to respond to that. You kind of just went full circle.
Sorry. I guess I said the clap part out loud.
Trick will return and screw Mello. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. No contest catch crew. I'm stuck on quarter pounder catch crew.
By the way, they are already mentioning in the bottom corner there how SmackDown this coming Friday is sold out as well. So again, got that shit going back to back.
Rest in peace to Andre Chase's dad. T's and P's. I had not heard that.
Yeah.
Got Tony D for the win. The other reason why I'm kind of rooting for Tony D here is Tony's different. We've done the Carmelo Elia.
It's new.
Yeah, it's new. It feels fresh. And I think Tony could work it. I think Tony could work the angle, and I want to see what Tony can do in the ring with one of the best.
Right.
Tony D with the Dr. Pepper sweatpants. Oh,
hey, as the squad of Sub-Zeros there catches him. But I think I also mentioned this while you were on a pause of how it gets Tony out of the NXT North American, feuds. It gets him out of the tag title feuds. It elevates him.
As we go to commercial break, which
so the line is there.
We're stuck on 8. I don't think we're going to get another commercial between now and the overrun. So
I hope
the line's going to take it tonight.
Right.
I kind of wish Dijak would face Ilya and dethrone him, but Tony beating Ilya ain't bad. I love what Dijak's doing. I think this guy could be NXT champion.
Yeah, but we already had that feud, and we already had those movie scenes and everything. That was Ilya's already played his part of Dijak's Rogues Gallery out there.
Right. I'm debating on going to Memphis for SmackDown. Go! Bring a sign. Bring a sign with our logo. We'll send you a t-shirt.
Right. Send me back some barbecue.
Oh, dude. Yes. Go.
You can have your Iron Brew and shit, all of that. I'll just take all the American shit.
There you go. You're not going to get me away from a big old rack of ribs. Let's go. What? I don't know.
What?
Oba needs a good opponent for Stand and Deliver. Maybe Eddie Thorpe. Where's Eddie been? Eddie injured? We haven't seen Eddie in a hot minute.
He's still stuck at a 72-hour plus rave right now and everything like that. He's out there. He's the one that's dealing whatever the fuck it is that Thea Hale's on, I feel, because that woman is all of the Florida man. She's just on everything.
Right.
She's on uppers, downers, zippers, zappers, in-betweens, sidewaysers, everything.
Right. Do you see Dijak leaving to go to AEW? Yes or no, KJ Nick? I don't think so.
He's been the only one, as we've gone from Drew to Sheamus to Dijak, and I hate to put it exactly in that order, but yeah. He's more you move down the rungs. Right. He's closer to could make that jump, but I don't know because
he'll just end up like Lance
Archer. To just get shit hand after shit hand.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because he's in NXT, if he feels like he's not going to get the opportunity at the main roster, maybe Tony throws a little extra money at him, gets him to come cross the line. But again, then I feel like Dijak's going to end up like Lance Archer.
Yeah, well, that's a whole other discussion because we could ask the question: has WWE or has AEW booked any bruising brute, any big beefcake? Have they want to have a Meat Palooza match and everything? Do they actually book any of those wrestlers well? Wardlow's cutting promos about how his fucking rocket pack got put on backwards. Miro's out there just sorry Tony didn't know I was injured, I guess. Hobbs has been buried to fuck. Archer's been buried to fuck. Yeah. There's no one of size or stature in AEW that actually gets booked well.
Nope. Not even
Killswitch. Lucha King.
Great minds, my guy. Great minds.
Right.
Give Eddie Thorpe versus Mike Santana eventually. Listen, I mean, I'd be very interested to see what Mike Santana can do. We saw him in a really good match this weekend, this past week. So, yeah, I like Santana, but the only knock on him is he's a veteran at this point, so it's a little harder to get him in.
I think he's going to go the Cardona route of I think he's going to make House of Glory kind of his thing of that's going to be his home.
Yeah.
Both men just throwing bombs. Hands.
Carmelo went with the rare Charlie Horse thigh punch. I wouldn't mind seeing Tony D win the title and Ilya go up to the main roster to challenge Gunther. Not terrible. Not bad at all.
That would be, I think, sorry, go ahead.
I just feel like there's a lot of wrestlers that have got to the point now where they're good enough to help NXT be interesting, but also on the verge of getting over to the next step.
Oh, yeah, but I think if that happens, because you probably would also have that with Carmelo goes up, we've already had Braun go up, we've had Tiffany go up. That's a big shift and a changing of the guard of what NXT's hierarchy looks like.
Yeah. Ava definitely has Babysitter Club president vibes. Yeah. She's like, she gives me that, like, she's like the girl standing at the door of the party trying to get her fun friends back into the car to go home. Come on, guys, time to leave. Time to leave. And you're like, wait, we're having fun. What are you doing?
No, she gives off, as I guess somebody who's bounced before, she gives off that vibe of like, I can't believe you won't let my fucking friends in. Like that just annoying bitch that like they're all trying to get in underage and you're like they won't give up.
Yeah, huge.
So they send the one friend that actually looks like they could probably be potentially an adult or of age. Just talk.
As Carmelo Hayes continues to work the arm of Tony D, AW sucks. It's not nice. Look what they did with Edge. Again, if you can't make Edge look good, what you're going to be hard pressed, right?
I want to also though slightly counter argue with look what they did with Sting. So and that might be a new, more just off of the the whole.
But did we not agree that they didn't do well with Sting? I know people are saying,
yeah, like, but they didn't. I was trying.
Help me there. I don't think that's a great measuring.
Tried to counterpunch. It was more of like,
yeah, shit. Yeah,
I gotta at least fight back.
The man had to fight the workhorseman in his fucking retirement tour.
I mean, I just saw Red and just went off for a good minute there about the end of that match.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Like I said, I gotta.
I see what you're saying though. His overall run,
yeah.
His overall run as buddies with Darby worked well. I give him credit. Lance Archer should be on NXT, but Lance Archer's like 40. Like I know we just saw Sean Spears come back, but they're not going to bring in a whole lot of guys 35 plus to NXT.
I see that, and I raise you Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
They came down from the main roster for a run. That's different.
He just came across from the other company for a run. Yeah. That's different.
I think he's in a pickle there. They're not going to bring in a lot. I didn't say they couldn't bring in one or two, but I don't see them bringing in a whole lot of guys that are. There's Trick.
Hey, whoop that Trick.
So he wasn't a security
but he didn't come out from the.
No, he's coming out of the back.
No, he's going to jump him from the other way. This is the most obvious turn here of everybody looking one way, so he's coming out the other way. Pearl Harbor.
He's going to come out the other way. Oh, wait a minute.
Tony's just smiling him. I got you, bitch.
Pancake.
Is that what it is? Or now I'm just going to fuck with you?
Yeah. And yes, Lance was in the WWE. Fact. Oh, there you go, Tony D.
Hey, Paisan. And Lance was also in TNA with Tramp Stamp Hoyt there. Lance Hoyt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like Lance Archer a lot. Don't get me wrong. I'm just thinking of the mindset of WWE, and I know they're not. The AEW is becoming the older of the two companies on average.
Oh, significantly. And every time they call that man the Murder Hawk, all I think of is the Red Rooster.
That's funny. Tony D for the win, 4-2. Man, nobody wants no goddamn Lance Archer in WWE. Yeah, I'm with you, Paul. I think that ship has sailed.
I had to remind myself because of vitamins. I was like, did he come out again or are we getting a replay? Fucking put the replay in the corner. Shit, just fucking me up.
5-1. Now we still not much time if anything's gonna happen.
No, we went over already, so we're wrapping it.
Yeah, it's usually about. Yeah, I think a couple people mentioned it's usually, the 10:08 mark with this.
Yeah, but now how do you feel that they don't have to announce all the time when they go over?
No, they just do it. They never announce it. Never announce it.
Right.
Tony's saying I fucked with the music, and I just said that Tony paid the music guy.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a good mind game. But that one ain't on him. Trick! Whoop that trick! Whoop that trick!
Security running in.
out here, and again, he's out here in the finest Canadian tuxedo, the Scott Hall line here with the denim vest and jeans.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, I like that. He sat there and just shook that man. Literally just had to look like he was going to hit him. And Carmelo just did the best. You've been struck by, you've been hit by a smooth criminal.
The crowd goes bananas.
Let's go. Not bad choice of words there by Vic, but bad choice of words. But yeah.
He whooped all the tricks.
Right.
Like at one point, Carmelo is such a guy that's like wants to sell the shit out of this. That fucking trick completely whiffed on the punch, and Carmelo fell and blew up. That trick went to correct. He was already gone. He was just like, "Oh,
well, no, that's what I was saying. I thought that worked perfectly. I thought that was literally. That's what I was saying. Of he fucking was so terrified by the man because it was so smooth. You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal.
8.5. How can we say AEW is getting older when WWE brought back Punk and The Rock? Rock's a part-timer and Punk's an exception, not the rule. And again, if you go talent to talent, pal, I think with Jericho, Sting's retired now, so we'll forgive that 64-year-old guy. But think about the older gentlemen: Edge, Christian, Jericho, Lance. The Young Bucks aren't young anymore. Kenny's not young anymore. I think overall, AEW's older. I have to break it down, but I think if we went person to person, Punk is just one guy.
Well, that's
and still younger.
You have one company that has what, maybe 50, 60 people on their roster. The other has 120, 130 people on their roster. So you just on a fucking curve, they might be younger.
Right.
But what they actually present on TV is much older.
Mello, are you okay? Are you okay,
Are you okay, Mello? Shimona T.
That's how you
end it. Ever do that again?
What is Michael Jackson? Well, what did Michael Jackson like to do on vacation? Ski. Anyway, moving on. 8 out of 10. That's the dad joke of the night, folks. What is you're talking to Mike? 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. He's not even hitting the, he's just swinging. He's just swinging. Everyone's exploding.
Yeah, but still, fuck it. I don't care. But still, if that's some real shit, though. Like, if you've been in a squabble like that, and you got some men, and they look like they're about to throw some, I'm not going to sit there and let you hit me.
No, that last one where he rolled out of the ring, I thought was really good because he cocked back to swing again, and Mello like dodged and just kept rolling. I thought that was perfect. But
it's both. We saw it both. Same thing, two different perspectives of you're even like this man's just still swinging, and Carmelo's just selling it even if he misses. I was like, that shit just looks smooth because he just can matrix the shit out of that and just, I'm gonna slide out. You can have that.
Ooh, Richard's got a good point here. All of AEW's young talent are the women's division. The men's champions are all over 40.
That's why I said most of their women's division, outside of maybe like Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb might go. If you were to cross them over, go to NXT. Statlander would be, maybe, probably.
But you gotta even remember, guys like Orange Cassidy, Nick, are like, Orange Cassidy's like what, 30 fucking odd, like mid 30s. Like he's not a young chicken.
He's probably like my age. Like what the fuck?
Tony going hard. Oh, AEW's failure. Not yet. It might have had.
Talk about that tomorrow when we're here for Dynamite.
7.5 out of 10. Folks, get your ratings in. 10 out of 10. KJ told me.
You brought it up.
It's facts. I got her more than once tonight. So one guy dropped 5 ops. Yes. Have you not watched
it? I feel to drill you.
7 out of 10. The Fallon and Spears matches weren't great. Spears was a squash match. Didn't expect much out of it anyway. More about the moment. Fallon's match was not good. It was all about the Ruka moment, and that didn't go well.
Yeah, I want the world. I want the whole world.
Right.
What do you want to give it, sir? As Eric says 7.5 out of 10. Steven saying 7. Theater of the Absurd pointing out that Swerve's 34. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Swerve, but
37. What was the
well,
match?
we got Billy Gunn.
Billy
He
Gunn?
got Ospreay saying, "I'm going to retire Billy Gunn."
Yeah, right?
And just showing his arse to everybody.
8 out of 10 for NXT. I'm with Dale here. I'm on a solid 8 tonight. Highly entertained. A lot of good things happened. Kind of very similar to last night. I thought a lot of what we got tonight built up for the next run we're about to go on towards Stand and Deliver. Roxy taking out Bird Lady was beautiful. Yeah, Sean Spears back in the ring kind of makes a statement in a very simple match. The main event was, the main event wasn't great, but the moment was Trick. We were all waiting for Trick. So Tony D, we get him going after Ilya. Great job. Trick and Mello are going to have their blood feud match at Stand and Deliver. Great job. A lot of what we got tonight was fun and entertaining. Tag match was fun for me. The women's tag match. The tag match was match of the night. I would believe that.
Not the Asylum.
Actually, we have Dijak jumped off, did a moonsault off the cage. That's match of the fucking night. Let's be real. Let's be real.
I think we started and then we slowed, we dipped. We've had our ups and downs. We had our ebbs, our flows. We ended on the highest note. I don't want that moment to swerve, I guess, pun intended. The perspective on the whole evening, I'll say 7.5.
Fair enough. Not far off. I don't, I can see that argument. I thought it, but again, like I said, I felt like they've done a good job here of, Elimination Chamber's gone. Roadblock is your last stop before Stand and Deliver, and everything is seemingly about where we're going with this, with the exception of maybe Dijak. Not quite sure, is Gacy done with Dijak yet? We don't know. But yeah, I really liked a lot of what we got. And the Asylum match was fun. It was definitely yeah, I mean, for all that happened in it, I kind of got to go with the Asylum match of the night. Highly entertaining. Tag match was good.
A really good bookended show. We started off with that, and that got out of the way of your, your furniture.
You weren't a big fan of like you didn't really care for like the middle stuff. You thought, or you weren't feeling the matches between them.
I mean, if we wanted to go match by match, segment by segment, I mean, to me, the drawbacks were probably the women's tag match. And like, I don't want to sound this way, but most of the women's stuff was more the sloppier, jalopier. Like we hit, I think in the middle, we kind of hit a dead spot there, regardless of what was on television. But I feel like that's when it hit a dead spot. I was about to say, I think the show was bookended really well. Of you started off with all of your huge spots, your violence, your little fucking props, your pops and everything like that, to where we get to pop up, ball shot and everything. And then you end it with a good match between Trick and Carmelo. And we had our expectations subverted a little bit. We hear the music and, oh, it's Trick. Oh, nah, Tony's just fucking with you. And then we hear it again. Oh, wait, shit, it actually is Trick now this time. And he's just throwing hands here. So now we've got that going forward. And we've got the new feud of Tony and Ilya. We've got that going forward. So we've got a refresh on the main event side.
Absolutely. And I don't disagree with that. Like, I'm not that hard pressed that I'm going to really battle you hard on any of that. And I think, I enjoyed the women's match. I thought it got a little clunky in the middle just because of Kyrie taking a knee to the fucking cranium. But again, overall, being that we've been so critical of NXT as of late, I think they did a pretty good job tonight. This was the most enjoyable NXT we've gotten in a few weeks, in my humble opinion.
I was gonna say, don't be out here trying to crucifino me out here because of a half a
By the way, Darby is in his early 30s, and WWE guys that look super young. Oh yeah, R-Truth might nudge that a little. AJ's older. Randy, we know there's old guys. We know. Billy God has found the Lazarus pit back. Age in wrestling isn't a bad thing. I agree with that, Smile Mark, for sure. I'll take experience over youth, but I want guys in their prime. We talk about Adam Copeland. He was past his prime. Jericho, fucking way past his prime.
No,
he's the molten bread in the back of the fridge. Like, that's
it's how you use it.
True.
That's the thing, is I think we talked about we excluding now the 60-some-odd-year-old man that just retired here and everything like that. But you at least use it of, He's out there developing talent and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's pairing up. He's getting a new guy over.
Yeah, definitely a valid point again. And I think that's where the WWE steps in and says, all right, Edge, you're in the twilight of your career. We're going to bring you in 4 or 5 times for some good spots with some guys that we think you can work well with, where AEW is like, we're going to put you out there till you can't go anymore. And but again, it's just funny because AEW is the young hip company, and I don't feel like the age discrepancy is what it used to be.
Yeah.
I agree. My pay-per-view, not that great. Asylum match of the night. Are we calling like it was because Roadblock was a pay-per-view? It wasn't that great. I mean,
or did you just do like a pay-per-view on 2K and you just let us know you didn't book it that great?
Right. Gacy better be done with Dijak. Keep whooping his ass. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what we do with Gacy at this point. He's crazy, but he can't keep getting whooped.
Well, I mean, there's a trick that would argue with that, but yeah, I think it's tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme here. Again, I thought it was funny if we had, on one hand, the comic version of Batman and Joker, and then we had the literal interpretation of Batman and Joker of Henry with Sean Spears. But I think Gacy and Dijak, I don't know where you go beyond that. You don't extrapolate past that, I feel. It's hard to figure out where they go there.
Because you're going to exhaust it, right? Completely agree with you, Smile Mark. I'm not going to, at this point, I won't beat this situation any more than I have. But yeah, if you want her to be the GM, you want us to take her serious, you got to make her look serious. Jericho got over what's his name and who's it. Yeah, those guys. Ospreay versus Fletcher tomorrow. Yeah, somebody asked about Dynamite tomorrow. The only things announced that I know of at this moment is Ospreay, Fletcher, Rio, Statlander. That's it. The rest will be the fallout from Revolution. So if you enjoyed Revolution, will Kyle O'Reilly be there? What will happen with the Undisputed Kingdom? Will Wardlow try and go after Joe? Is Swerve done with Joe? Is Paige done with Joe? Did Paige really just tap out to fuck Swerve? I don't think so. But yeah, we'll find out. Should be fun.
Yeah, that's an asinine theory.
Right. And according to people in the know, new logo, new look, new season. So this is the kickoff of the newest season of AEW. So reset and rearm and give us something good to talk about.
Yeah, it's what you're saying is Tony Khan re-up. So that's what it is. But I saw, as I know we're heading towards the door here, we're looking towards the exit. I saw someone throw out this idea or mention it and tease it online, and I kind of dig it and think that that's the way we could be going. Because you mentioned Fletcher and Ospreay, and especially we're having this match after Ospreay's quote-unquote official debut at Revolution in AEW. It reminds me a bit of when Jay White succeeded Kenny Omega as like the leader of the Bullet Club a little bit. Of you get that, that transition of I'm going at the GOAT to establish I'm at least part of the fucking flock here.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, again, very interesting booking. We'll see how it plays out. The pressure's on Tony Khan because like apparently Okada, a lot of people have rumored Okada is going to be there tomorrow. With Ospreay arriving, with Okada, we're a week away from Sasha Banks. Apparently, Tony, the pressure is on for you to deliver ratings, ticket sales, merch sales with the talent you're signing. You have to do that. The pressure is on for you to book these people proper, because if they end up in the middle of the pack, just in fucking nothing matches, everybody's going to call this one out. I don't care what anyone says. It will be blatantly obvious.
Yeah, but we won't know that till 2 to 3 months time here.
No, we got time. We'll be here live for every second of it, folks, because that's what we do around here. One last one to finish your wrestling. NXT did a good job tonight. Tony Khan needs some help badly with creating and developing storylines. You look what NXT did tonight with Trick, Mello, building up Tony, building up Roxanne Perez, building up other things like Sean Spears coming back and being built up. Tony, you got, that's the developmental brand whooping your ass in storytelling. So figure it out. Darby versus Jay White was announced for Boston. He announced it for Boston, not tomorrow.
Damn,
But
I was
Nick,
about to end on finish your wrestling. I was like, well, speaking of finishing your wrestling.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank everybody for being here tonight. As always, back at it tomorrow and all week long. We are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anyone else out there. We are the Wrestling Utopia. And make sure you hit like, subscribe, check us out on all our social. Go get yourself some swaggy swag, and make sure you are a part of the growing family that is the Wrestling for Life Network. Big Nick, always a pleasure.
Absolutely. Strap in and strap on or get left behind. But our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you better put that for live. Put it.
See you on the flip side, folks. Back tomorrow for Dynamite. Boom.